Sesh Sheesh, part 2, featuring Whoadie. Whoadie, how are you, sir? Appreciate you joining me.
Chilling, man. Chilling. Appreciate it.
How you living, man? What's quarantine looking like for you?
Jeez. Well, I've been out and about the whole time, so it's not maybe much of a quarantine at all.
You in these streets?
Yeah. The whole time I've been working the whole time, man. No breaks. I didn't get a chance to take a vacation yet, so I've been in the gutter.
Shit. I feel like everybody is. It's just everybody in different kind of forms of the gutter, but more or less.
Yeah.
But Sesh and Sheesh, are you picking Sesh or Sheesh, or both, or neither? It's your choice.
It might be a little bit of Sesh.
Okay, listen, go right ahead.
I think I might go on.
Listen, whichever I got both at disposal. Whichever I like to join the guest.
I just got a little jack left. Oh man. But yeah, it's just been regular. Just trying to navigate, just like everybody else, grocery stores. I haven't seen anything up close where, people are getting into it, people about masks and shit. I haven't seen nothing like that. In person.
Right.
You see, the long lines outside Trader Joe's and all these other places. People still doing that. I seen long lines out of Michael's. I don't know what's in Michael's like that.
That's what I'm like. What kind of arts and crafts you got going on where you need to partake in them like right now?
I seen it was probably in April. No, April was closed. May when we opened back up. I see 15, 20 people. We opened in May, which is a horrible mistake, of course.
You're in Houston, yeah?
Yeah. It was horrible. It messed everything up because in March and April, we was actually going down. It was actually good. And then May, it just forced everything back out. And we had actually, like April we closed, but in May they had restrictions. Right. There's no restrictions down here. We've been wide open, like Atlanta is.
Yeah,
Houston been wide open this whole time.
I was gonna say, I think we was on restrictions for like 72 hours, like if that. Yeah. And outside that, it's just been like you go outside, you rolling them dice, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, it's been like that the whole time, but hey, it is what it is, man. You got to get through it. I don't think people have figured it out that it's not something that we can just like live with. It's not like flu season, allergy season. We don't just add it on.
Yeah.
It's the reason why countries want to get to zero.
It's the reason why they not letting us in. They refuse to. I seen the thing. Nick Nurse, coach for the Raptors, like as they was leaving the bubble, they had to go through like whatever daily testing, whatever. And then as soon as he got to Canada, they was like, "Nah, buddy, you got another 14-day course. Like we know you've been taking it safe day by, and we still ain't taking no chances."
Yeah,
and that's probably how everybody should be. And nobody is like, we not like that. I can't say nobody is like that.
We way too arrogant. It's I was saying that in in February, just how arrogant we just took it in stride. Like, oh, this never happened to us. We don't worry about it.
Yeah,
this happened to other countries. Because like swine flu, I knew somebody who caught the swine flu.
Yeah,
and it was fucked up from it. So I was like, if I knew somebody like personally that caught it.
Yeah, it didn't get that close to me. So
I knew. Yeah, we was insane. We worked together.
Shit.
So it was I don't know. People just don't get it, but I guess I don't know if they get it now. Or they don't get it now. I don't really know what's going on.
I don't think they get it. That's really none of my business. Only thing that's really I care about with that, like I'm just waiting for that one notification, and I can't say it, but you know what? No, you know the one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I can't say it, but you know the one. Like everybody's phone gonna buzz like Amber Alert, and everybody gonna get that same news at the same time. So that's you got to have something to look forward to these days. That's really the only thing I just wake up in the morning, I check for that.
Yeah, it's been barren. It's been barren out for a long time. So ain't nothing to look forward to at all. I ain't got nothing to look forward to.
Let me ask you, got the hat on, man. Is it good to see AD doing this as a Pelicans fan? Are you
I almost talked the phone. No, so the hater in me, You know, him leaving. Get the hell. I got a cat in here. My fault. The animal might. I'm gonna throw him. So the hater in me, it's more about how he left the Pelicans, not him leaving. The team was trash. The team was going nowhere.
Right.
The Dell Dempsey was a GM at that time, was trash. I thought when we got the pick and
the Zion pick,
I thought he would at least give it a half a season.
Yeah.
Even after he pulled the whole shenanigans with Griffin, and because Griffin, I know Griffin, know LeBron, they had to kind of have a little passive aggression thing a little bit.
Right.
But it's usually a little respect. So I thought he would at least give it a half of the season.
Then trade him like all-star break if it didn't work out.
Yeah. It was more about them just quitting on the team. I mean, it's basically a half a season where he gave up. It's his prime of his career. It's a half a season gone.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of 3-point games. I'm like, 3-point games, dude. You just got 3 points.
Right.
Yeah, Anthony Davis just got 3 points. That's just how we're gonna do it. So him leaving it wasn't a surprise, but that it's pretty hilarious.
So did you want Gentry back? Are you good with him gone?
No, I'm good with him gone. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Who you want? Who's gonna take him to the next step?
Everybody think I'm crazy. My dog horse is I need D'Antoni.
Okay.
I need that D'Antoni system.
I'm listening.
I need the D'Antoni system because we play the same way, just not that system. We just play fast. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. There's no structure. Like Alvin Gentry play like fast. Yeah.
Yeah. He just tell him run up the court. Right. D'Antoni got an actual system with running up the court. And the Rockets played much better defense than we did.
Right.
We're much smaller people. And in my opinion, we have a much more talented roster overall than the Rockets.
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom. So I think it works. I think what's the coach from Brooklyn? I like him too.
Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah.
I like how he developed LeVert and Dimwit and all those young cats. I like that. And
I was gonna say he got snatched up before y'all didn't. I heard some people talking about they wanted Doc in New Orleans.
Oh no, thank you. Nah, we don't need the culture like that. Nah, I'm good with the culture. I'm good with the culture. I had enough of the culture already.
I can't, bro. Like Philly known for like talent and no chemistry, and Doc Rivers known for coaching talented teams with no chemistry. And they was like, yeah, no, this will work. Like, let's put this together.
And the thing with Doc is, I know D'Antoni has the same thing, but without the ring.
Yeah.
They was choking back when Chris Paul was there. They was choking to the Rockets back then.
Yeah.
Like this choking is it's every year. And with great rosters at that.
Yeah. Doc Rivers been tricking y'all. I've been off Doc Rivers since Orlando, man. We blew that 3-1 lead with Tracy McGrady. And I done heard 100 times, well, what about the roster? I'm like, well, niggas got up. You had the same roster getting up 3-1. So I don't want to, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And he did it again in LA with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Now he did it in LA with Kawhi.
And Josh Smith came back that game. Remember they bench Harden? And Josh Smith came back.
Josh Smith, it was, and like Corey Brewer, wasn't it?
Yeah. Corey Brewer like 38.
Yeah.
The beer man. Corey Brewer did little Bud Lights. He put up 38. Come on, man.
That's Josh Smith. Like Eric Spoelstra, like he not losing them games, man. Like the good coaches, they don't. No. Like Popovich, everybody take one on the chin, but you don't lose one. Like, damn, y'all missed 7 straight 3-point. That's how y'all went out. I couldn't. There's no way you couldn't go out worse than that.
And don't get me started on on Rockets fans.
No, listen, that's exactly why I went.
They blame the refs. 27 straight? 27?
They playing the math, man. They playing the statistics.
And then they lose to the Warriors without KD when Steph had no points in the first half.
Was that was when Chris Paul was hurt?
No, that was last year. When No,
I'm thinking
it was all there.
Yeah.
Steph had no points in the first half, and he came back and he put up 30 in the second, and they won the game with no KD.
I think it's so disrespectful. Like I feel like Harden and Curry are kind of just lumped in together, and it's like that's so disrespectful.
Like that's so disrespectful. It's not close. it's Harden volume maybe.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you get a lot of fucking rebounds. Well, he'd be averaging like 8, 10 rebounds. It's a lot of rebounds.
He do numbers, yeah.
But it's not close. I had an opinion with KD and Curry being like, to me, Curry was just for that system, he was better to me in Golden State because there's a huge difference when Curry's on fire and anybody else is on fire. It looks demoralizing on TV. It looks terrible on TV.
Yeah.
When the three is midway and he's halfway down the court.
Yeah, his back turned, like he already.
He talked to the bench. He see it go up and he talked to the bench like, "Hey, shut up! You can't skip it." It's just demoralizing. KD just was more. He was a lot more efficient there. Like he was getting like 30 points. It looked like 12 shots, 10 shots. He was just.
See, that's why when they played together, I think KD a better player.
Yeah, he's much better. It was
like,
just easy.
It's one of those like when, like you said, when Steph cooking, like it's nothing like it on the planet. But I feel like when they can't get a shot to drop, that's when KD come in. It's like y'all can't get shit to work. KD go 15-foot jumper. He get to the free throw line, something like that. So you think KD, like how you think he look next year, like after the injury?
I mean, you see KD. I think him and Kyrie will figure it out. I don't think him and Kyrie will bump heads. I think they're cool. And they're both like passive cats. They're not like one is not like the alpha. They're both just like chill cats. So I think they'll be fine. I think they're gonna make a trade. Yeah. Because I'm not sure how DeAndre and Allen works together. They can't play together. So you might as well.
Yeah, Allen out of there because DeAndre wanted a big three. So I think I said if you can move Allen and LeVert, like I would just try to move them together and get the best either player or pick. Like best, I don't want to trade them two separate places. Yeah. I ain't trying to get something over here, something over there. I'm trying to get one Bradley Beal. Like I don't know who you think will go there as a third star. Drew?
I was thinking more Drew for the 76ers. I think he fits.
Okay. For who would you want back?
What's the 76ers roster? Is it like the 2004 Pistons? Like what? Who? It don't even make sense. It's like the Knicks in 94.
Yeah, it's the 2004 Pistons if Corliss Williamson made $120 million. like that's the similarity. If they were paying Tayshaun Prince $180 million over 5 years, like that's what I don't. I guess I follow a lot of Sixers fans, and they like people like you just hear the number for Tobias Harris. You don't understand. That's 36 million. Like that's. I think he's in the top 10. And he ain't sniffed an All-Star. Like it's not a knock. It's respect. Salute to that man.
Yeah,
he ain't sniffed an All-Star game.
Nah, not at all.
36 million of them things.
And he'll forward, so he definitely ain't getting. And somebody got to get hurt. There's gonna be some legs broken.
Listen, he was in the East this year on a playoff team, and I ain't see one. Tobias Harris was snubbed, or like nobody was beating that drum.
Damn, yeah. And he, how much they giving Horford? Horford getting like 38, 30 or something like that.
He's, I think, 4 for 100. I think he's.
And they thought they were stealing it.
They thought they had it figured out, man. They was like, dummies. They thought
they were stealing. They got to steal. From the division from the rivals, and they still get thumped.
So we got everybody to guard Giannis now, but nobody to guard Daniel Tice. Like we didn't play. Like we ain't playing for the Daniel Tice part of the equation.
Oh shit!
And after that, I'm trying. So what would you want back if Drew go back to Philly?
I mean, they got a lot of cats they got from Golden State, like Burks and all those dudes. I would take some of them as just good 3-point players, but since we're gonna be running fast anyway, in my head with D'Antoni, Burks and I mean, if they want to break up Ben Simmons and then I'll take Ben. Come on back home. Australia's not your home. Louisiana is. We can figure something out. Yeah, I don't care if he's shooting threes or not. He can dive in just like Giannis do and kick it out to everybody. We can figure it out.
Would you do if they said we'll give up Simmons, but it take Ingram? Would you do that?
No, absolutely not.
You keep it, yeah.
Ingram stays. Yeah, Ingram stays over everybody.
Over Zion?
Everybody.
Wow.
Ingram stays over everybody. Of course, Zion is the talent level and whatever the potential is. You know, it may be otherworldly. But in the bubble, it didn't look otherworldly at all.
Hey man, Zion looked at he like me out there, man. Like they just call like, hey, you come play ball about the stands. Yeah.
It looked like somebody tapped me on my shoulder and told me, hey, put these shorts on.
No, you win 45. Like
you win. We playing you 42 minutes tonight. They told me that. They might as well just told me that.
Like he legit, like when he got there, he looked at me like somebody was like, I was told I wasn't gonna have to play in the ball. Like y'all just told me I could just come and sit on the side. Like I could just come and clap for my teammates and get on the treadmill. But nobody said anything about this games playing business.
And you know, I'm starting to notice that from like players like Westbrook, when you notice other players play hard, and then you look at your team and just catching out. Like when I look at Frank Jackson plays hard. He come in, he played 12 minutes, and it's hard 12 minutes. Yeah. Even from not Dellavedova. What's his boy? DiVincenzo. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, from Milwaukee.
From the Bucks. He come in and he play hard. Yep. That's all you really want to see as a fan. You just want to see these cats come in and look like they're putting in some type of effort. Right. And I mean, Zion didn't look like that. And then you compare him to the other rookies. Morant always looked like he wanted it. Yeah. And you see Hero. He's in on the biggest stage. Yeah. And it looks like he wants to be there. So it just looked like does he want to be that type of thing? We'll figure it out. I'm sure we will. I'm not down on Zion, but Ingram is that dude right now.
Because how many players in the league would you trade Zion for right now? Like I know it's not many, but if you keep an Ingram over him, it's got to be a couple. Like you trade him right now.
I'm thinking about my team. But I mean, you know, the obvious guys like, you know, Kawhi and all these type of crazy superstars.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I'm trying to think like some younger. Yeah.
No, not like Bradley Beal and all them. No. Yeah. I'm not in on Bill like that.
I'm trying to think.
Washington's trash.
I keep seeing that. It's like
Washington's terrible.
I think the Nets gonna get another star, but I don't know who. Like people keep moving, but who's moving now? Right? Like I don't think they trading. I think he want to stay. Like I don't think they move him. I don't think he want to move yet. Yeah. So I don't know who. I said it ain't like I guess a sexy pick or whatever. I thought Miles Turner to the Nets, just like let him play defense, because I think whoever the Nets third star is gonna be somebody that doesn't need the ball. I should say,
and he can be another big. And he can play with DeAndre too.
Yeah, he can play with him, play opposite him, because and I think Dinwiddie is friends with Kyrie too, so I don't think he's going nowhere in no trades. But
trillion,
Bitcoin, Dinwiddie. But I would try to I keep seeing Bill Kyrie is nice, but that is lunch meat on defense, man. Yeah, they just don't. Is that getting past the Celtics? We don't know what KD gonna look like. Is that getting past the Raptors? Like I don't.
No, I mean you got three. You could trade Dinwiddie. When I see Dinwiddie, you know I'm not fucking Stephen A. Smith here. When I see Dinwiddie, it looks like he shoot first. He looks like an old school two guard to me. So I don't really know if he fits in with Durant and Kyrie like that because the only one basketball, and he looks like he likes to shoot it. Yeah. So I think all three could be packaged, and you could probably get some, you know, between Allen, Dinwiddie, and LeVert. I mean, we've seen Brooklyn made worse trades than packaging them three together.
Yeah.
And then Kyrie and Durant, that's enough shooters right there.
I was gonna say if Dinwiddie, if he's willing to come off the bench. Like just like take the Lou Will, you can come off the bench, but you still play 30 minutes.
He's too good for him. To me, he's too good for him.
I was gonna say it all depends on what he's willing to take. Because I agree, he can start for somebody. They gotta get Joe Harris back because he don't need the ball either. He can shoot.
No, he come off the bench.
Yeah, if whoever's willing to come off, like if you don't need the ball, if you can defend or shoot or rebound, do not need the ball, you're gonna fit in there. And that's where it's like Bradley Beal don't do none of it. Like he need the ball, he don't defend, he don't rebound. So it sounds nice on paper, but Tatum and Jaylen Brown putting y'all on the figure four like
every time.
Yeah, so
and Washington is terrible. Like the Bill thing. I think Bill is really really good. Yeah. But Washington is really bad, and even when they had John Wall, they were going to playoffs. They were still pretty bad then. Yeah. I don't see the Bill thing. I kind of see the Booker thing because of the bubble, but Phoenix has been trash. Besides that, they had a good bubble run, which means they run They won 8 games in a row. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. But the rest of the season, you trash. The season before that, you trash. So I think this next year we're gonna see, because I don't think a lot of these cats thought that they will be playing. I think they thought that everything would be called off.
Yeah, like for longer
because a
than
lot
this.
of them,
Yeah.
like Kawhi voted to not go. Most of the Clippers didn't want to go.
Yeah.
So I don't think they expected
Brien
to play.
said, let's everybody just chill. Everybody, let's hear
I
this.
think Brown was playing the whole. He was working out the whole time.
Oh, absolutely.
And he made them do it.
I don't think he ever stopped. I don't think he ever for a second stopped. So
yeah, he'd be on it for sure.
I would say only thing with Booker, like they was cooking, and then big man Ayton got suspended. Like that was 25 games out the gate, and it felt like once they got him back,
it was PEDs that he got suspended.
It was one of, they called him with like the not PEDs, but the shit in your system. It sounded like he was probably trying to drink some shit to get off of weed. Like he thought he was gonna get busted for weed. He drank the diuretic thing, so that's what they got busted for.
Okay.
But that's 25 games, and they only played 55 like before the shutdown. So I think next year, I think they're gonna be cool. Washington, I don't know.
Nah, they're gonna be trash again. Because I mean, we see Bill workout videos. When is the season supposed to start? They say December.
Just like January is what I've heard. January or early next year.
It should be back then. I mean, it still be trash. They'll still be trash.
Like Wall's supposed to be healthy. I just don't like Scott Brooks is the coach. If Scott Brooks is your coach, you telling me you don't really give a fuck like how your season.
Scott Brooks is hey, they're gonna be trash. Yeah, don't worry about it. Oh shit.
Like if he's your coach, you're telling me right now with Atkinson out there with Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan got fired because the Pacers got rolled by the Heat, and come out and find out the Heat rolling everybody except for the damn Lakers. So he
that's
had
a really good coach too. He got something out of. They don't. Oladipo's been hurt the whole time.
Sabonis ain't playing the bubble.
Sabonis ain't playing the bubble. He was the best player during the season, and you coming in with Miles Turner, the Holiday boys, who I think they played maybe under 15 minutes.
Also, they cool. They cool. They solid.
But they good. But they don't play like that though.
Right. Yeah.
So you getting these cats who don't play like that. Now you putting them from 14 minutes to 25, 28, 30 minutes. I mean, what you expect a coach to get out? And it was at least third or fourth on the. It was high up in the ranking before the season ended.
Yeah, they was
in the East at least.
They was they ended up getting fucked. They was the 4 seed. They would have played Miami 5 seed, but had home court. Bubble killed home court. And that was that. And then Sabonis never came back, so that was that regardless. But that's what y'all. He got swept. What y'all expect him to do? He had his best player. His second best player was hurt. Oladipo played, but he wasn't Oladipo. What about him to Brooklyn? Oladipo is the third.
I mean, how healthy is gonna be, because you got 3 unsure niggas. If you got him there too, you got
like the Clippers, but worse.
That's 6 crutches. So you got to make sure these cats are healthy. I expect them when they're healthy. I expect them to be on. That's no question. KD, Kyrie, top level, no question. But coming back from these injuries, I mean, Achilles injury, Kyrie, the knee. I don't know what knee. How many times the knees? It's a lot of knees.
Yeah, he done had bad knees since like Uncle Drew. That shit was like 2015.
He getting these shits drained. One got an infected kneecap. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, and it's also like these Durant I know Kyrie not over 30 yet, but he not young. You know what I'm saying? This ain't young. Kyrie 23, 24. It's like it's nowhere to go but up. No, y'all 28, 29, 30. Everybody ain't playing to 35, 36, man.
No, man. And that's why I'm surprised like Bron's still playing shit like that, because you got these cats way younger than him. They just can't stay around as long as he. I mean, even I don't know what happened to Kawhi in that Golden State series, but Jesus Christ, with the fucking Josh Pachulia, you putting him in a Kurt Angle ankle lock when he was down. Did I miss something?
Oh yeah, that's when he stepped on his foot. Yeah,
Kawhi can't even play since then. Well, he can play, but he looks like just the low management shit or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's the LeBron thing, because he's with AD, and AD is every time he fall, I think his arm fell off his body.
Him since Kentucky, every time AD fall and hit the ground, like the crowd go quiet. The announcer's like, "Oh boy, oh
the white chalk.
Like that didn't look good at all." And they're like, "Oh boy, that it might have been both Achilles," and it'd be like, "No, it was a sprained ankle. He missed 2. Like he'll be back Thursday. Every single knock on wood, but every single time."
That's what we saw the same fucking thing too. But I mean, Oladipo, he's a free agent, right? So he should be able to go.
He got one more year.
He got one more year. Then he'll probably get traded.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like if somebody would try to. The thing is, like, nothing's gonna be happening this summer because, I mean, the money gonna be fucked up, the Rona, everything. But next summer, that's when everybody a free agent.
Yeah,
that's like Kawhi, PG, Oladipo, LeBron. If AD opt in, he can be a free. Like that's the summer. I think some shit going. I don't think nothing gonna happen. Or the off season, I should say.
Well, let's say so. If AD dip after next year, is that would that be considered even to the Lakers franchise if he dip?
If they won the championship this year and then he left,
well, they're about to win it.
Yeah, let's say like
he has another year after this one.
With that, he got an option. He can, like, in most years they tear up the option, just sign a new deal. But now I get like the cap gonna go way down because the China shit and corona. So like nobody knows. Yeah. So he might just opt in, be like, let me just get my 25 straight, and then I'll figure it out next summer or next off season. So he can be, but
there was real murky at the beginning of the season. Like, oh, we're gonna play it out. We're gonna see if he wants to resign, if he want to go somewhere else. They play it kind of murky. So I feel like Brien and his team is their own team, and they're not loyal to. They run the situation, and everything revolves around them. So I would figure if they're not happy, and they gave LA what they wanted after they gave up 6 years worth of picks, I think one championship is worth 6 years worth of picks.
Oh, trade that.
It's easy.
Only thing I think AD is coming back because he's part of that clutch group. Like he inside the fuck everybody but us. So I think he only like if he won. I mean, they're gonna win. But if he left and went, where could he go where people wouldn't be mad at him? Because I'd be thinking about that with Gian. Like I'm only be if Giannis re-sign in Milwaukee, I'm gonna be mad because he wasting my time. That's the only reason I'd be mad. If he go in, I don't care if he go to Golden State. I don't care if he go to Dallas. I don't care if he go to I don't care where he go.
Well, his whole thing has been him balling by himself, though, right? Like he don't train with people and all.
He don't do that friend shit.
He don't do none of that shit.
No Olympic shit. Like he don't do that. Like none of that.
It'd be weird for him to go anywhere. To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he would. He could fit anywhere because it would just have to revolve around him.
Right.
But I mean, he can end up anywhere. Jesus Christ, I don't know. Yeah, it would be so confusing to see him leave because it would change a lot on whoever teams he's on, whoever's around the conference. He goes to the West. I mean, Jesus, the West will be ridiculous.
They should fold the East. If he goes to the West, they should fold the East. Just give Tatum like the Kings or some shit and just fold.
That's why I like, and that's why I like the top 16 idea. They threw out a long time ago.
Of just best 16 in the playoff.
Yeah,
I want that. And I'm best. If first round was best of 5, like if you're trying to get more upsets than first round, we see how many like 3-0, 4-0 series. We don't need to see that game 4.
Yeah.
Give us best of 5. You lose 3 straight, you out. Like
LeBron killed the first round for the last 10 years. He killed my interest in first rounders for 10 years straight.
He's never lost in the first round. He's in his entire career. He's never, which is,
and it's
that might be crazier than 10 finals, man. Because the East was really some shit, but never like you don't have one slip up in the first round. Not even your early days.
And it's a mopping every time. It's
Yeah,
not even the games don't need to be close.
Yeah,
the games don't need to be close. I mean, what I was saying. Oh yeah, with Giannis. So like, let's say if he goes to another team that's not the Warriors in the West, not the Warriors, not the Lakers, not the Clippers, and then the Warriors come back, supposedly at full health, full strength. And we got the Lakers, we got the Clippers, we got the Warriors, whatever team Giannis is on, Portland, whatever they come back with.
Denver, Dallas.
Denver again. Denver with more confidence. Dallas with more confidence. Maybe Dallas can pick up somebody else. They need somebody else.
I'm telling listen, if Giannis go to Dallas, that's when it gets scary. That's the one where it's like Golden State is kind of scary, but they like 6-7 years all older than him. Like they win now. If he go with Luka, that just might be done deal.
I can imagine that Mark Cuban has quoted him.
Oh, absolutely. He
like when he was super young.
He just light enough to where I think Cuban would be like, cool, like bring him in the
and he just
Maxi Kleber. Yeah. But I did like, it's just the whack shit. Like if Giannis leaves, I don't know. I could see Toronto because I know he close with Masai, the GM. That's the only one I could like feasibly see. But
Toronto's cold. I like Toronto.
I was gonna say I wouldn't hate that if he just go and Siakam just go back to being a number 2, and you know he can be a number 2.
They guarding everything. Nothing safe. Yeah, nothing safe. Nothing safe at all.
Yeah, because it's like Giannis don't do the friend shit, but Kawhi didn't either. And then last summer we find out he trying to link up with Durant. Was like, I never talked to this guy. He called me talking about, am I trying to come to the Clippers? Like I ain't really know him like that. Like when KD said he ain't even lie for him, dog. He ain't even like.
Wait, KD say that?
Yeah, KD was like. Yeah, Kawhi, it came out. Somebody did like the whole expose after the fact. He had like a list of people he wanted. Like Paul George was kind of down on the list. He wanted KD, he wanted Jimmy Butler, and yeah, KD was like, man, he called me like, yo, trying to go to LA, and I was like, dude, like, who? How you get my number? Like, how do you know? Like, what?
Oh shit. Oh man.
So the fact that he didn't even like try to lie or play like, yeah, that's my dude.
I didn't know that's hilarious.
Nah, he was, I never heard of this nigga. I don't like
niggas like, hey, Kawhi's on the phone for you. Like, for what?
Yeah, Kawhi who? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Like even like because I thought that was somebody was trying to tell me there's something like Kawhi and Jimmy Butler was gonna be a done deal. And I was like, that would have been nasty.
Yeah, I saw a lot of defense.
Yeah.
You know, the Kawhi stuff is hilarious, man. When you hear all the stuff that his people asked for, his uncle and stuff allegedly asked for, and nobody like tried to like dispute it. He just asked for it, like they want a private plane, they want a piece of ownership. Nobody like disputed that, like, oh, we didn't ask for a piece of ownership.
Yeah,
nobody said
that's crazy. Yeah,
that sounds crazy. Nobody.
Yeah, that's absurd. They was all like, that's accurate. Yeah.
And this man, they gave up 5 years worth of first rounders for Paul George, to bring in Paul George. When, in my opinion, it was fine with just bringing in Kawhi, playing with Shea, playing all them. You can still trade Gallo and some picks and pick up how many role players can you get with Gallo, some picks, and somebody else.
If you're willing to trade all 6 of them pick, like which you clearly are, yeah, you can get some help.
You get 3 role players at a certain level. Kawhi, Shea. Kawhi helps Shea grow. So that's a 2-for-1 deal for the Clippers.
I might even keep Gallinari, man. Like, don't have him do no we don't have him doing no defending. We'll have Beverly and Shea and Kawhi do that. But come create your shot, get you 17, 18. I'll probably I said that for Harden when they traded all that for Chris Paul. It's like, imagine if the Rockets just kept Lou Will, Harrell, with the first round, like whatever.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Like you trade
Pat Bev, Lou Will, Harrell.
It was like a first round pick.
And then you trade Chris Paul, right? The thing with Chris Paul, Morey got on TV like 3-4 different times and said he wasn't trading Chris Paul, and then they trade Chris Paul,
right?
And then they pulled the sneak shit to get Chris Paul because they know it was some tampering. It was because as soon as the clock hit 12, he was already signed to a deal.
Right.
So there was
it is. Yeah.
And then the narrative, well, this is Harden's friend. Dwight Howard wasn't Harden's friend,
right?
Et cetera, et cetera. And then at the end of it, we see them fighting on the sidelines and everything else. And then they trade this man when this year is the year they needed him.
Yeah.
They could have definitely competed with the Lakers with a point guard that can control it.
Because the thing, if they knew they was gonna eventually move Capella anyway, which I don't know if they did because of Russ, but if you're gonna make that move anyway, oh yeah, Chris Paul would have killed that, man.
Because at least you got Capella and PJ Tucker guarding two people over 6'8". I mean, Jesus Christ.
You got Robert Covington guarding Joel Embiid, man, like that.
And you could have still who did they trade Covington? You could have still made the Covington trade, right? I don't know how they got Covington.
They traded Capella to the Hawks for a pick and then traded that pick.
Okay.
Covington, I think.
Yeah, I can keep
they still could have made it happen.
Could have kept Capella. This is the year to have Chris Paul. This was the year. This is their year. They missed it. They already missed their window like 3 years straight.
Yeah.
This was the last shot right here.
Listen, I heard you talking about, I don't disagree, man. If you're gonna move on Harden, like you thinking about moving on from Harden, now's the time, man.
Why? I say this about the Texans years ago with JJ Watt. 4 or 5 years ago. Just do it.
Yeah.
Who can you get for Captain America 4 years ago? Because he's an all-time player. Don't get me wrong. He's injured every single year.
Yeah.
He's an all-time player, but he's injured every year for the last at least 4.
Yeah.
You could trade him 4 years ago. You could trade Harden right now and look what they just got for Paul George.
I was gonna say you could Harden to Brooklyn. You just take every other pick they got, like the Boston trade.
Just take it. Brooklyn okay anyway. They got Kyrie and KD.
I don't say Brooklyn don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I think it's because like it was Dwight first, and then it was Chris Paul. Now this shit ain't gonna work. It's gonna be Westbrook. Then it's gonna be more. Like it's always gonna be somebody else. And again, if you winning, the shit way out, but they're not winning. Like they make it there and then blow the bag. Like this was the year they was like, oh yeah, now they gonna give the Lakers lots of trouble. 4-1. Like, why do y'all think somebody 6'2" was gonna guard Anthony Davis, man?
Embarrassing. And then they quit the game before they got eliminated. So the game they quit and it was all bad. They had to come back out there again.
Yeah.
It was even worse.
Like you look at that, and then you look at somebody like the Nuggets team who 2 times was like, nah, fuck it. Like we ain't going out without a fight at least.
And that's what I'm talking about, playing hard.
Like Jamal is dog. Jokic, I ain't gonna clown Jokic. That man can weigh 800 pounds if you want. That man play ball. That man one of the 7, 8 best players. Like I don't think there's that many players better than Jokic. Right?
There's not.
Yeah.
And he was dumping on the Clippers. You look at the numbers. He was dumping on the Clippers. He putting up 30 every game, 30 and 12, 30 and 16, 30 and 9.
He was giving Harold all type of work. So
it's just not excusable, man. You up 3-1, and then at one point in the 3-1 game, it was up like 20.
Yeah. Well, back-to-back games, I think they was like 14, something like that. Like it was double digits. I know it was double digits. In 3, because again, apparently all the Clippers hated each other either. I was how Doc Rivers the players coach, but all his players hate each other. Like which he ain't the X's and O's guy.
Would have took Doc out. Now that security take Doc out. He got to leave the premises. He got to leave the boat immediately.
Nah, him with the scratchy voice. Him right, get his ass up out of here.
We need him gone, man.
He the player. He not the X's and O's coach, but he the players coach. Yeah. He the players coach. And Montrezl Harrell hate Paul George. Everybody hate. I can see how you can hate Paul George, but as the coach, if you the players coach, right? That's supposed to be your shit.
Well, somehow they think that people can't get past personal shit. Like Melo when he went to the Rockets with D'Antoni. Yeah, he got D'Antoni fired. I mean, you think I'm gonna chill? You think this dude's gonna stay on the roster? He got me fired. Come on, man. He got me fired from New York.
Right. So you think I forgot, man?
That's big money. When it was winning, when Melo wasn't there, when they had Lynn and it was doing whatever, and then Melo come back in and they tail off, and then you get me fired, and you about to come to the Rockets and pull long twos.
Yeah. Think you about to rehab your career on my time, buddy boy?
You gonna do it over here? Hell no. These dudes got personal grudges. That's how it go. Yeah. That's how it go, man. You think Doc is about to sing? Dude, that's Doc's daughter.
Hey, I'll say this though.
He played it raw too. He did it raw.
Even they came to. It was like, hey man, we have a chance to do this Paul George trade. You know what I'm saying? We know about the history. Doc was like, fuck it, do the trade. Like bring him in. Nah, that guy can shoot the 3 and guard 3 positions, man. Are you kidding? He's like, I got 2 daughters, man. I got one player that can switch the pick and roll, man. Like Doc Rivers said, fuck that.
I think it's hilarious, man. When you're a fan, you grow up being a fan. You kind of, especially when you're a kid, you get used to this childish stuff. When you hold on to grudges to players, like, oh, I hate this player, I dislike this player. Right. I don't dislike Paul George at all.
Right. Right.
But these 5 points, when he had the 5 points in OKC, he get eliminated with 5 points, and Russ is shooting bricks. And just trying to get shots up. Russ shot 30, 40 times, somebody got to shoot.
How it sound when Russ missed a shot?
Ooh, it's some kill streaks going on. It's some Predator missiles. It's some AC-130s. I'm telling you.
Mac 11, man. That shit sound like some gun. Like you just ducked when Russ missed one off the off front iron.
And his bricks, and Russ is my favorite player. His bricks are hilarious because he'll hit like off the worst part of the backboard. And that bitch sounds so loud on TV screen. It's hilarious.
Hey, that's one. I'll tell you this: like the bubble is like as a performance or show or whatever. That's really the only time I can tell like fans ain't there. When somebody at the free throw line and it's loud as hell.
Yeah.
And when somebody hit a bad shot, when it clank off like that clang, that shit.
Yeah, it sounds loud.
There ain't no fans in there. But
how you like it with no fans?
What you say?
How you like the bubble?
I fuck with it, man.
I like it too.
Like no travel in a playoff game. Not only we getting games every other day, but we getting like high quality. Like these games been for the most part like high quality, both conferences.
They're intimate games. They feel like games that we wouldn't see on TV or something like that. Like it'll be them just playing. They like dream team games or something like that. Practice games. That's how I feel. That's how I look. And that's how I like UFC like that with no crowd. You hear punches. You hear everything. Basketball, you hear people cursing. You already hear it, but it's just more pronounced. So
yeah,
I like the no fans thing.
I do. Yeah, like when somebody, I think the wildest. I guess shouldn't be that wild. Like when AD hit that game winning 3, like they still stand there and beat their chest and look out and all that. That's like, boy, this shit ain't for you at all. Like this ain't. They don't give a fuck about the fan. They doing this because they hype. Like you know what I'm saying? I hit a big shot. So. Listen, I would be fine if fans never go to another game. I'm A-okay with that.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I don't give a shit. It's all about the bread. You can't miss out on that much bread. That's why, like Miami, they're trying to stack a bunch of people in there because they're so greedy. Like, okay, these people won't get sick. We'll let them get sick. Let's take their $30. Come on down, dummy. Come on in. We'll take that bread off, you stupid.
Yeah, no, give it here. Pay up front.
If people won't be stupid and they won't pay for it, I got the register open. That's
when's the next time? When would you feel comfortable going to a pro sporting event again?
For a long time.
Yeah, like
long time. Yeah, long time.
I'm trying buffets. You going? You fuck with buffets before?
Didn't fuck with buffets before.
Okay, I was gonna say I ain't gonna front like I'm too good for them, but right now, nah, it's gonna be a minute. You ain't gonna see me in Golden Corral for a minute, man.
I don't even like sitting like inside doing. I do it when, unfortunately, I get asked to. Work and all this shit. Like, hey, let's go to lunch and talk about this. I don't like doing it.
Yeah,
I do it just to be nice.
Right.
I don't want to sit in a restaurant and all that either. I don't want to do none of that either. I'm not trying to do none of that. Not right now.
I ain't been in a restaurant since February. I ain't been to the damn barbershop. If after this shit over, y'all want to laugh at me and say I took this shit too seriously, then y'all can laugh at me. But I don't want no part of that shit, dog.
Yeah, I take the loss.
I'll wear that L.
I take the L. That's all right. Yeah.
I seen y'all's man. Like the suit was stabbing him in the chest, man, trying to breathe up there on the podium. Like somebody, like I don't like the suit was just taking the air out of his body, man.
What if I got a nail jacket on? He had nails inside that coat.
Yeah, somebody just sticking a sword and a Ginsu blade in his back, and he just got to sit there and eat it. Like they got like that shit seemed terrible. Like one of those where the camera's literally always on you. So did you see the one where he was like trying to swallow the coughs?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh man, man, he's begging for the power to go out or something, man. Like.
Dude, the craziest part about this whole thing is people like, oh, it's just the flu. The flu fucking sucks. If you had the flu before, this shit is not fun. I'm not trying to get sick on purpose. Like, oh, somebody might have a flu. Let me just go in there and they can cough. It's all good. Dog, I had pneumonia before. Pneumonia fucking sucks.
Nah. Where should I have with you ever had shingles, dog?
Hell no, I ain't no pirate, motherfucker. That's some Jack Sparrow shit.
Yeah, I ain't no vitamin C. No, I had shingles, man, when I was like 19, dog. I was on bed rest, man. Like that. I was like, this is just how it ends, huh? 19 shingles, goddamn.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and people just like, yeah, no, it's just like the flu. Nah, look. And then the doctor was like, oh wow, this is the worst case of shingles I've seen. I'm like, why would you say that out loud? Like, what? I know you thinking that, but why would you say that out loud? You have no couth, doctor. But
in his head, it's like, oh God, this motherfucker is about to go.
Man, I'm surprised you still on your feet, nigga. Like, how are you?
Let me warn him just in case he do go. How serious it is. Let me let him know.
Your heart rate right now is 7, dog. Like, this should not be that right.
Yo, I had bacterial pneumonia, right? So I knew when I caught it. I knew the exact moment when I caught it. You're not even supposed to know. I knew, right? So
you were in some toxic way. Were you trying to be a superhero or something, man?
Dude, I might as well be a fucking toxic crusader at this point. I don't know where we was, but it was the Super Bowl was here in Houston, and it was a crowd, and I instantly felt sick. I was like, yo, I'm about to go home. I went home and I felt horrible for like a week, right? So you know how we do. You think you feel sick, you're like, oh, I think I got the flu. Let me go get some Theraflu. You self-diagnose.
Yeah.
I'm just killing myself while doing that shit. So for like 2 weeks, I don't go to the doctor. I finally dragged myself to the doctor, and he like, yeah, you have bacterial pneumonia. It's like, what the hell is that? So instead of you getting in like the hot cold way, I breathed it in.
You had that Rona, boy.
I felt like whatever Rona is, I had that motherfucker 2 years ago.
You had like the beta edition of Rona, the early shit.
I paid for the alpha for that one. I was getting my ass kicked. I was getting my ass kicked for about a month.
Nah, that's the only, like, anytime I had to go to New York, I was like, it's the one time I was like, I swear to God, I can feel the second I become sick in New York.
No, man.
Like, it's a filthy big ass rats. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a filthy city.
Yeah,
it's like you just like, I don't know no other place. Like, when you get to a place, you step out the airport, you're supposed to feel like revigorate, like, man, oh man, like I'm here for work, business, pleasure, whatever. You get it's just like the sky is gray, like nobody really having good. You want an $80 ride into town? I guess. What am I like? Walk? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. What are my options? It ain't I don't know if it's New York. What's the worst city to you?
Damn.
The worst city. Because I don't think New York not the worst, but they think.
I mean, it's probably the worst because
it might.
It's just so many people. It's so many people. It's so many motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
That's too many people. That's too many people here. We got like 5 million, but it's spread out across the lot. They got like 20 million, 18 million people. Their projects is 40 feet high. I mean, 40 stories high. That
was the shit that blew me the first time I saw. I was like, this is fucking Nino Brown, man. I done seen project 4 or 5 stories high. I ain't never seen no shit.
Our shit was 3 max.
Them like office buildings, man. They taller than the building. Everybody poor for 80 floors, dog. Like,
sir, in a whole fucking rectangle.
This whole cylinder is very poor. 80
extremely.
Feet. Oh,
and it's so broke, they can't spread them across. They got to stack them up high. That's how broke motherfuckers is.
They say
it's like 4 buildings next to each other.
I was like, man, I see grass like once a week in New York. I see grass like one time, a tree, like a fresh tree.
Terrible place. It's a horrible place.
And people like, nah, man, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I was like, bro, if you make it here, you're going to love anywhere else, dog. Yeah. If you just survive in New York, bro, I ain't even talking like Atlanta to like the best shit ever. But if you come, like, just price of living alone, man, come on.
Yeah,
be cold and paying $8,000 for rent. Like, something got to give.
I don't like people enough to be in New York, man. I don't like people enough to have to, when I'm walking down the street, it's just a bunch of niggas, just everybody just everywhere. Nobody inside. Like, holy shit. I can't sit on the porch and just go to the corner store, just 2 blocks down.
Right. See, think about
maybe a couple people.
No, my bad. What you say?
No, I say you bump into maybe a couple people to the corner store.
Right.
Corner store in New York, it's 1,000 niggas.
Shoulder to shoulder. Like, and that's like, when's the next time? When would you feel comfortable doing that? Like, I wouldn't imagine walking in Times Square right now. Like, just walking. I don't even want, and I know it's people got to go to work. I get it, but it's just one of those God damn, boy. It got to be something different than this.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. I don't even like sitting in restaurants. I don't like going to the grocery store. I'm still trying to. The only reason I'm still going to the grocery store, and I guess I'm processed like that so far. But I'm my hand shaking trying to do the curb service. Just grab my shit and bring it to the car. I don't care what steaks. Grab the little steaks. Grab the little steaks. That's the most expensive one. Just put them in. I don't want to get out the car. Just put them in.
See, that's where I feel like I get that. And I get it back. Like, this nigga brought me some bullshit ass steak.
Yeah.
Give me that whack. Like, I mean, it's trash ass banana, man. I should have just, man, God. Mushy and like, I'd be so mad. I'm taking my
grab a piece of bread. They just snatch that shit off.
Why he put fucking baked beans on top of my egg? Like, why? Why?
Oh, shit.
And I still done caught the shit from his ass that done brought it up to like.
It's on a plastic bag. The Rona juice is on the bag. So if you grab it, now you sick. Yeah, everybody.
I go to throw the bag. I don't put everything up. Like, I be clean. Shit coming to my house, I'll wipe it off now. I was like, maybe we just should have been living like this all over. Like, maybe we were just living foul. Yeah, I think we were just living too foul before.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. If you see the when they show the animations, like when people don't have a mask on when they talking and they sneezing. Oh, it's disgusting. I was like, damn, I've been seeing this for how long? These nasty motherfuckers. Yeah, it's been disgusting. How long?
Like, again, like going back to New York, you see people like mostly Asian people up there with masks on, and now it's like, man, I get it. Like, you just on a regular Tuesday. You should probably have your mask and some sunglasses and something on. Like, you shouldn't
have these motherfuckers for a while.
Some SPF or something. Yeah. What else? Did you see what the JJ Watt shit today?
When he got they waited too late to fire Bill Brien. Should have been fired 2 years ago. You could still have your picks. You could still have a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. You could still have a top safety. Didn't they have Honey Badger like less than 2 years ago?
Honey Badger. If I'm not mistaken, he went from the Texans to the Chiefs. I think.
Oh,
I'm not mistaken. That was. I'm gonna check and make sure, but I'm almost positive he went from the Texans right to the Chiefs.
I hate when teams feed the good teams. The good teams already have enough. That's why they're good. Why are you feeding them all the good players? So Clowney is definitely left because of O'Brien. Hopkins definitely got traded. And then they pair a second rounder with Hopkins.
To get a 30-year-old run. Come on. This hurt? Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Bro, I wouldn't trade Hopkins in the second rounder for Saquon Barkley, man. I'm 100% serious, dog. I wouldn't trade that shit for McCaffrey, man. You talking about some David Johnson, bro? Come on, man.
So he was a bad coach, and then you make him GM with coach, and he's an even worse GM, and you fire him. So now you got to find 2 spots.
That's why I was like, now listen, you should have never gave him both roles, but if you ain't gonna trade like my best player and then also like get to skate off. Like, you gonna coach, like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna coach this mess. Something gotta shake, man.
And then let go of first rounder for Thompson, and the offensive line is trash. Deshaun is getting killed. Deshaun's going against 4 Thanos every single game. He's getting destroyed. So you don't have a first rounder.
They don't have a second rounder.
You don't have a second rounder. You don't have a top 3 receiver. You don't have a good safety. And you 0-4.
But you kept JJ Watt though.
Captain America. You gotta keep Captain America.
And say he the one. That's the one I saw before we got. It said a source says JJ Watt and Bill O'Brien had a heated exchange on the practice field the week of the Steelers game, in which JJ called out Bill O'Brien for his coaching ability. It began a player revolt that ended up getting Bill O'Brien fired. I'm like, it took that long?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, like you said, Captain America, like, you speak out of line. Like, if Deshaun Watson spoke up, they just cut you in football, though. Like, they don't care who you, they just let you out here, man. But I'm happy for Deshaun, but I'm sad too, because they still gonna be trash. Like,
yeah, they're gonna be trash. And then the receivers they have are all the same type of receiver. They're just fast. They don't have a route running cat.
Yeah, no, like, versatility. Yeah.
I mean, they do, but Cobb hasn't really stepped up yet. He's been playing, but I mean, he hasn't stepped up all the way yet. And they have Cooks.
I'm trying to think. They got Cooks. They got
Cooks, Cobb, Fuller,
Kenny Stills,
and somebody else. But I mean, them forwards, those speedsters, you can figure it out.
Yeah,
run some trick plays. Shit, I don't care. Put one of them as running back.
Man, listen, I don't think you got to put him in left tackle, man. Randall Cobb will be playing left guard, man. Like they, like you can't, like the Rams traded all their assets, but they was like, I think they was like 9-7. They didn't make the playoffs, but they was close. You can't have like no assets and be like, like, come on, man.
Well, how fucked are the Rams too? Because they're in the hardest division.
Oh yeah,
they're in the hard.
Yeah. Hold up. Shit, hold up. You hear me? Hold up.
There we go.
No, you good?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah. But
we good. But yeah, I mean, they're still terrible.
Yeah.
They're still awful. And I just don't understand. Cam Newton, I don't understand. How does the whole NFL let Cam Newton go to the Patriots? Is the joke on me?
That's what I said. And that's like, it's starting already. And that's why I'm mad. I was like, here's what's going to happen. And I said, as soon as he get cut, nobody going to want him. And as soon as somebody get him, listen, Cam could throw for 50 touchdowns this year. And they'll be like, look at what Belichick did. And if he throw for 20 interceptions, they'll be like, I mean, he was just washed, man. What can you do? So I feel like he can't win. Like,
he definitely go down win. He throw for 400 yards 2 times already. And you got the best coach ever. You put one of the most athletic quarterbacks, probably the most athletic quarterback ever, and you give a genius, a crazy man, access to him for free in their terms. And his options was whoever was playing Sunday, who I don't have no idea.
Hoyer and Stidham, both of them was terrible.
Me and you, they could have been. We could have
like more or less. Like I said, how many passes did it? When you went in there, like did Cam have to throw like what 2 passes, 3 before Belichick was like, nah, like we shut it down. Like we got like we good. Y'all running with the 2s. Brien Hoyer.
They announced it like last day. Like it was gonna be some type of matchup.
Because when he signed, it was like, it's on the minimum. It's some incentives. If if he even makes the roster, the whole NFL. This is what he was going up against. Peyton Manning couldn't feel his fingertips the year before the Broncos signed him. Could not feel his. They was like he could not feel his fingertips, and they gave this man the whole bag. And listen, and it worked. They made 2 Super Bowls, an MVP on the market at 30. And the worst days. Listen, I'd rather sign Joe Flacco.
Some of the worst days of my life, man. Watching the fucking Broncos beat the Panthers, man. That's the worst. It's the worst Super Bowl ever, player. Well, that might be worse than the Patriots when we lost with DeLone. John Casey kicked the illegal procedure.
The Cam one got to be. Y'all was supposed to win the Cam one. Y'all wasn't supposed to win. Yeah, the Patriots. I think the Cam one got to be worse.
Well, we up, and it's the last possession for Tom Brady, and you kick illegal procedure. So you put him on like the 40. You only got to get like 10 yards.
Right, like he didn't feel go like, and they had what's his name, Vinatieri, right?
Yeah,
he in range like right now, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, all he had to do was 10 yards, and the game was over. He could have got 80. But at least let him fight for the 80.
Yeah, make him get the 80.
This man got 10 yards and they kicked the game-winning field goal. We lost Super Bowl just like that. Off illegal procedure. And then the Cam one. Huh?
Who is John Casey?
And then the Cam one, we go 15-1.
That was the culture, man. It was the culture.
I knew it. I knew we was cursed. I said it when we hit the playoff, we was cursed. I said we was cursed. I knew the coach was going to do it to me. I knew it. I knew as soon as we hit the playoffs and it's all it's hip hop and fucking Quavo pop out, and Quavo's supposed to be a Falcons fan. We don't need none of that.
Man, they had Jeezy and Future at the Panthers game, man. I said, what is going on? Yeah.
Them niggas go to Raleigh 2 times a year for tour. And now you up there chilling with Cam. Come on, man. Go home, man. Y'all got a whole city, man. Go home.
It was
man.
the culture, man. He was unapologetically, and listen, this is me. Listen, I can say this honestly. Listen, I sold them shirts too, man. I took the hype too. Look, Cam tricked me. He tricked me. Yeah, I can wear that.
I fucking can't believe we lost this 2 Super Bowls, man. These fans experience. You know, I started like reading what you said. Like being a fan is just why. That's why with football, I look at it more objective now. I still consider myself a Panthers fan, but I can really care less about what goes on, especially now. Right. But like the more I come away from fandom, I actually become sane.
Yeah.
Because basketball is just whatever for me now. I love the Pelicans, but it's just whatever at this point for both sports. So yeah, being a fan is just it's no benefits, man.
It's the worst. I think that and probably being a parent got to be number 2.
Yeah.
Because listen, if you a sports fan, like some of them hit it big, right? If you was born in Boston in like 1996, it's been smooth sailing for you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you were born in Detroit, like literally anytime ever, like from 1800 to present, like. I mean, the Pistons was hot, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the Lions ain't did shit since...
No, Lions ain't. I don't think the Lions been past the first round of the playoffs, ever.
Yeah, dog.
I don't think they never passed the first round.
Barry Sanders won 1 playoff game in his career, and that's the 1 playoff game the Lions have won since 1957, 19... when niggas couldn't play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when football didn't really count. That's what, like...
Yeah, can we talk about the Lions? Can we talk about how the Lions wasted 2, not 1, not the greatest running back ever, not just him, but another generational talent with Megatron? Motherfuckers getting 300-yard passing games. I mean, receiving games.
How many? It couldn't have been that many years in between them, right? Barry leaving into like a few, but not that many, right?
Barry had to retire like 2001 to 2002, maybe.
Barry left in 98. Shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Barry got out of there, man.
Barry's like, fuck that shit.
Oh shit. No, yeah, I was thinking that too. And then Calvin came in 07. Shit, it was more. I was thinking 3 or 4 now.
Like,
shit. Never mind.
That's like Packers fans. Packers fans went from Brett Favre directly in the air. What the hell?
No wait, no hesitation.
20 years from each one you're gonna get. They never been without one.
I say that's what the Colts thought too, though. Colts was like, man, Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. This is awesome. Like this is the best shit ever. We got Andrew Luck. When he came out, they were like, yo, this is the best prospect we have ever. Like, if there's a perfect football player, this is it.
They was fucking him up, man. And then you get a lacerated kidney. I don't want to play football no more, man.
Nah,
I don't want to play football no more.
Listen. Again, not even that he went to Stanford. That man family rich. He don't have to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll go be an accountant or something, man. Y'all not finna lacerate my kidney, dog.
And they let him keep his money, right? He kept all his bread.
He got like like 20, whatever. It's basically the same shit with Chicago, but he did with Reinsdorf.
So you get the you get the big legendary bag, like you was a top quarterback. You basically get a pass because you was injured, but you was a prospect to be a top quarterback, but it was because of injury, so it's kind of all good. We kind of just gonna assume your potential to be the money we paid you. Sounds like a good fucking life to me.
Yeah, Andrew, what do you think? What do you say? You don't play anymore, but you keep 30 mil? What do you like? Is that does that sound all right? Can we
sign me up?
Yeah, put it there. But here, going back to the Lions, they did that shit with Calvin though. It was some money. They made Calvin Johnson pay back like $1 million after because he retired, or like $1 million. So I was like, and this is why the Lions fucking this is why. But I think Barry Sanders just started fucking with him again. Calvin Johnson's like, I don't fuck with him. Like, I don't go back to the stadium. I ain't trying to be no role model for the receivers. Like, fuck them. And it's like, how you shouldn't have I won't say you shouldn't have a team, but you shouldn't be able to own a team no more. You just pissing off like elite talent like that, and it's just no repercussion. Like nothing anybody can do about it.
there's never any pushback for NFL owners to really sell a team unless they like, come out in races. I won't say unless they're racist. Most of them, I'm gonna take a good chance to say they probably is. But
listen, if I was a betting man, I would.
Yeah, about $100 on me, I'm gonna say yes. But like NBA, when you trash, you gotta go.
Yeah. Well,
you gotta go.
You can't embarrass us. That's all it is. NBA is like you just can't embarrass us.
Well, the Lions have been embarrassing for 70 years. 2020.
Here's the thing. I thought of this when I was a Bengal. I was like, I think the Lions work because the Bengals work. Like when it's because the Washington Redskins, when it's multiple teams, it's just like y'all are just so horribly incompetent.
Like but at least the Redskins have 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah. I would say once upon a time they like Snyder, like since the Snyder, they've been just
they've been
the worst franchise in sports.
Yeah.
And it's just like he's just here for life. They like change the name, no. Treat people right, no. Win games, no. And it's just like he's doing none of the 3. And there's nothing nobody can do.
Yeah. Yeah, the NFL cats, they're not letting go of their teams, man. They're not these cats is not going anywhere, man. Like I want to know how has ownership changed for the Lions? Like, has it been the same family for 70 years? Could this be possible?
I think it's been the Ford family. It's the same with the Bengals, man. Mike Brown is the owner because Paul Brown founded the Bengals, and when Mike Brown dies, his daughter is gonna that's just how this shit go. That's just 3 generations right there. That's gonna span like not 30 years of like you know what I'm saying. That's just the game.
I guess there's so much cash, who can really give it up, man?
I
can really give it up.
Like, and I know they still making like the only reason they don't care about winning because they still making money regardless. Otherwise, they'd be winning. But it's like, you don't understand how if you just even try, how much more money you would probably make? Like if people in Detroit like could fuck with their team. If you could have Calvin Johnson just come back once a year and ring the damn bell or something, like you know what I'm saying, open up the game. But nah, because you hired what's his name? Patricia, he a clown. Like he's just not a good coach. He's not a good coach.
Nah. He's just trying to bring in his guys, which is old Patriots dudes. I don't know why everybody think they can just like become the Patriots. Like, the Patriots, they traded a dude right before he hit his potential, but just he didn't hit his potential, he went down. But they got rid of him right before that, and they make all these great moves. Right. Well, it's only one fucking team doing that, dummies, for 20 years.
Right.
Maybe it's just them. Because the Texans tried to go that same route too. Hire all old Patriots people and think you can just play it off like that. It don't work. Just like the Popovich coaching tree. Does it really work?
Well, it's one of those again. I mean, I think Popovich the best NBA coach ever. But if the lottery balls bounce differently, they don't get Duncan, and this whole shit is like that's just how thin the margins is. It is what it is.
What if Duncan goes to Orlando? What if Doc Rivers actually lets his family get a seat on the plane?
What if Doc Rivers ever had a fucking clue in his man? Hey, I'm getting hot now, man. Listen, I had to root for a team that wasted Tracy McGrady's prime because of Doc Rivers, and I had to root for Dwight Howard. Man, you understand what that did to me, like at an emotional level?
My team lost by 68 points in the playoff game. Please.
That was Chris Paul, wasn't it?
I know the pain, player. I know the pain more than anybody. 68.
Denver. Was it Denver? No. Oh, man. I was one of those like, wait, nah, that bot, like they typed, 138 to 62, like one of those,
Yeah. In the playoffs at that, they got their ass beat. At least get your ass beat in the regular season. Everybody do that.
Yeah, listen, somebody be hurt. You know, it was a Tuesday night. Playoffs, you should lose the series. Like if that was game 1, you should lose the series. I'm 100% serious. I think you should lose the series out there. Like if y'all not gonna fight, somebody might turn an ankle, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Somebody might get hurt.
That wasn't even a game to close out the series. We had another one.
Damn.
I lose by 68. I don't want to play no more, man. Coach, you can go ahead and sit me down, man.
Hey, listen, bro, they said Kevin Love was gonna put the GM in like the figure 4 this year. So you can just talk back and do whatever you want to. That's what I don't. NBA GM, man. You hear all this shit and then it's like, hey, listen, you couldn't risk having Paul George be unhappy. Why? What you mean? Like, what do you mean? What's he gonna do? Stink? Like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? What's he gonna boycott?
You know, I get the going home and playing home stuff.
Yeah.
But when you make $30 million a year, everywhere you go is popping. Like, so it don't matter if you in LA because you in LA anyway.
Yeah.
You take a private jet from Indiana. Now, okay, I understand living in Indiana. All right,
listen,
I'm gonna give you that.
Listen, he went from Indiana to Oklahoma City.
Oh my God, yeah. He went from farm to farm. He went from the pigs to the cows. Yeah, he wasn't going nowhere.
The only thing where if he got traded to Salt Lake City, he would have. He like, man, I'm going back to school, man.
Yeah,
like, this is a political science degree. But
you get paid $30 million a year. Everywhere's popping. When you 30, you get 30. You do whatever you want anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like your life is even regular.
Right.
Like it's not even they don't have normal lives. These people are super rich. They live in ridiculous houses that don't even make sense, but it makes so much money it don't even matter. So why should it matter where you play, man? Just play in the best way, get your ring, and then skip. It don't matter. Just skip all that.
See, I feel that way, but on the other hand, it's like, hey, listen, like because I'm 30, like why would I concede this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I ever?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like to be in LA. You know what I'm saying? If I had my choice, I would never choose to be in Salt Lake City.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Never in my
that's true too.
Like Donovan Mitchell got to be like, hey, like you know what I'm saying? It's cool hitting LA in the summer, but man, oh man, ain't nobody gonna come play with me.
You got to be a real country ass nigga like Utah like that too.
Yeah.
Just be out there and just be, chill out there.
Bro, Gordon Hayward left Utah. That told me all I needed to know. When Gordon Hayward said, hey, man.
Well, he did go to Boston, though. That MAGA's still in him. That MAGA's still in his veins.
That's like Paul George going from India. He went from KKK to police. He went from
it's the same difference. Yeah, it's the same difference. He just cranked it up. Actually, Gordon Hayward just put the volume from 5 to 10 on it.
Man, y'all not lit enough for me, man. I need my racism on like 12.
Hey, man. He don't want him to whisper that N-word. He want to hear it loud.
Man, he said, I want to hear that R echo off the Boston Garden, man, off Larry Bird jersey.
He needed the accent with the hard ER.
Man.
It bounced off the wall in Boston and everything, man. Hey, I don't blame him, but like, let's say, you're a free agent. You get to call your own shot. I understand that. But there's also a certain type of cat, too, because do you want to build it? You can, let's say you can go to LA and build your own LA. That's cool. I think most fans will analyze it, will say, okay, that's cool. You go to LA and you build up around that, that's cool. But when you go to jump on other players' teams, I mean, that's cool too. I don't really have a opinion on it either way. But when it just comes to competitiveness, people just expect things a little bit different. Like I expect Giannis to be like that. Because when I see him on the off season, he working with KG and all these different type of cats.
Or his teammate, he just stay with, or his brother, shit. He stay with the game.
All 10 of these motherfuckers. I don't know how many brothers he got. It's a lot of them.
Yeah. Listen, I've already said, if I'm the Knicks, I'm signing all them brothers, man. Because I said, listen, the Knicks had Kevin Durant and Kyrie in the back. They had them.
That was done. Yeah, it was done.
There's no reason to ever go to the Knicks.
Yeah,
so like once we found that out, and they were like, nah, even they were too fucked up. I was like, the fact that they were even considering it is chaos to me.
The own is horrible.
Yeah.
The Phil Jackson thing, I actually like the Phil Jackson thing because he's Phil Jackson. And you need any type of prestige because he played there before. Then he got the ring with them in like the 70s, right?
Yeah, I think he was with like the Willis Reed, and he was on them teams. Yeah,
he was on that team. He got his own 11. So I understand the prestige of bringing him in.
Right.
And to be honest, they should have just let him trade Porzingis when he wanted to trade him because you traded him any fucking way. Phil Jackson would have got way more for him than Dennis Smith Jr. No disrespect, Dennis Smith Jr. Phil Jackson would have raked the coals for KP because KP was in higher demand at that point.
Way high. Yeah, he ain't got hurt yet. He haven't busted up his knee yet. So
he busted up both his knees at this point, at least 2-3 times.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, he hurt the other knee.
See, that's the thing I want. Like with Dallas, I get like why they did it. They had to get, you know, what I'm saying, a bird in the hand while you could get it.
Yeah.
But Luka ready to ball now.
Yeah.
Like he's ready to like compete for champions. So if it's like we're gonna see if Porzingis healthy next year and he ready to compete for championships right now.
Right.
But if not, but even, like I don't. It's the thing I've thought about. I don't like how would stars feel about going to Dallas. Like if you any star right now, you going to Dallas, you going to Luka's team, right? Like it's fine. Yeah. Like I don't even like KD going to Steph's team. LeBron going to. I don't care about none of that. But it's gonna be perceived that way, and you see how it affected KD. So it affected you can't say it don't affect these guys.
Man, I don't understand that with KD. I don't understand that with KD, man, because I don't know. I don't really know salary caps. I just remember reading this that he would have made more staying with Golden State, right? Like he would have made more that year if he'd re-signed with Golden State.
You talk rather than going to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Because he had stayed. I think it's once you stay 3. They had earned the right to pay him more. So yeah, he would have made more if he stayed.
So it was purely just an emotional change of scenery type of. Yeah. Oh my God! You leave a dynasty? Oh, obviously he already has the rings. He already has the finals MVP. He already has the accolade. He's already a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
that's already in the bag. So I mean, I assume it's just he wants to experiment with Brooklyn and build it his own way. I understand that. I respect that. But leaving a dynasty, sweet Jesus. So it's a literal dynasty. Yeah, it is. It's the real thing. Curry and Klay is the real thing.
Only thing I would say, like if I was KD, like if he got hurt, if Klay didn't get hurt too, it's like, well shit. If everybody hurt, everybody 30, then yeah, it might be my time. Plus, he could have won 6 rings in Golden State, and he would have never really got credit. That's just.
I think they credit for 6 of them motherfuckers.
I mean, but it's one of those things. Like he went to Steph team. Like I'm talking about he wouldn't give because do you look at him any less because he went to Golden State?
Not at all. That's the smartest move to make. Golden State. It fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Fit it perfectly.
So I don't know. People like if they just didn't play them in the playoffs or whatever, or didn't. I get why people are upset, but at the end,
just played them once. It's not like they were rivals.
Yeah,
they played them one time.
Also, again, listen, we lost. You understand? We had the lead, but for whatever we lost at our absolute best, we could not beat them because Klay Thompson hit 15 threes.
And this motherfucker was like Magneto out there. Jesus Christ.
Like, I get it, man. This man went from Oklahoma City to Golden State, like, just city-wise.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, you know California gonna tax you 100 times. He's like, bro, I don't even care. I just want like I don't want to see no cows. I don't want to see no wheat.
The flow of their team feels like him. Like, I don't know this nigga, but he seems like a passive, chill dude. Right. The flow of Golden State is that. It's just a cool place to be. But Curry seems like a chill dude. Klay seems like a chill dude. Steve Kerr's a chill dude. Right. Draymond, he's not a chill, cool dude. He's a little different.
He's like the one. He the one. You can have you can have one. Yeah.
But you need a different one in there to fit everything, to glue it together. But that's a real life dynasty, man. Klay and Curry it's not even really comprehend. Like Klay game 6 don't even make sense.
Yeah. I wouldn't say my favorite player, but like my favorite player, like when somebody heating up, like Klay done hit 3 straight shots, y'all get to the TV. Klay, I'll drop whatever I'm doing.
Get the Hodges out, get the Squirtles, get the Blastoises out, because it's about to burn this motherfucker down. Yeah, and that's the difference. That's why I think with Curry and Klay, like I said with Curry, when he on fire, it just feels different, man. The environment's different. When Klay's on fire, you might as well cut it. Because he's not even dribbling. He's just grabbing that bitch and throwing it up. Yeah, one dribble in the Sacramento game.
And I think that's why it pissed. I fuck with Dame. Probably one of my. I just fuck with Dame. How you play, how you carry yourself. And they like, is Dame the best point guard? No, he's not. Like, come on now, come on. Let's listen. Last year, it ain't been 100 years since we seen Dame and Steph. Last year,
we've seen the last 4 years straight.
That's your rivalry. If anybody don't even be mad, it should be Dame. Like that.
Yeah. We seen the last 3 years. In 4 years, they got beat by us. But the next year after that, which it was 1 year Curry came back from injury and he had the most points in the overtime game.
Yeah, because he missed like the first couple games at a theory. Yeah, I'm looking right now. Let me see.
Because I remember inside the NBA, Barkley was just like out of his mind that Curry just went crazy like that. They wouldn't even talk. They was like, holy shit.
Man, they couldn't believe it, man. Klay hit 30 in the quarter. They're like, I don't care what you say. Jump shooting is not going to win no championship.
Yeah.
Right? Klay scored.
Was hard on that though.
Yeah, Klay scored 87 points in the current. Listen, I don't care, Ernie. Was that 20?
He was on that the whole year, man. That's so crazy, man. Golden State, how they just popped up out of nowhere. Like them playoff games against Denver and Sacramento, like they were huge Steph games, but they wasn't like huge Golden State next up championship games. Like, and then in 15 when Kerr got there, it was just a fucking rocket ship, man.
Yeah, listen, did you know about all the shit like Mark Jackson was, I guess, allegedly doing behind the scenes?
Oh, y'all, it was like stuff with the assistant coaches.
Yeah, he was
like going behind his back and doing stuff. I think they was recording practices.
One coach got fired on shots. He like sent Scalabrini away. He sent like I think Jerry West like away from practice. He had the coach recording other coaches. He told Festus Ezeli, he was like, he told the rest of the team, he was like, Festus is hoping you guys suck while he's hurt, right? And the team came to Festus Ezeli was like, hey man, like we hearing you rooting for us to lose, man. And Festus was like, like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? Like they said this man Festus was in tears trying to defend, like, bro, I ain't say it, like.
And this man a rookie too. He fight for his life.
This man a rookie. I think he's from Nigeria. Like he went to Vanderbilt, but honestly, I don't think he been in the country. I don't think he was raised over here.
Yeah.
So he in here 4 or 5 years, and his whole team is like, hey man, like what's up? Because the head coach, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But there was a lot of stuff, he been heavy into religion. There was a lot of remarks they said, allegedly, Mark Jackson said, and I don't know how I wonder how it would feel to grind with that team, and then the year they fire you, the next year, they become a dynasty, like literally become a dynasty. The very next year, it's championship time.
Listen, not only that, you only have to watch it. You got to call the game, bro. Bro, your ex get married, and you got to officiate the wedding every single Sunday night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
holy shit! Oh man, it's tough, man.
Like he gotta be
tough. It gotta be tough, man.
They cut to him. He's like, yeah, no, the Warriors have won 14 straight. They're playing some great ball. You have to love what rookie coach Steve Kerr is doing, and like he burning inside. He's like, this motherfucker took my.
This motherfucker is like his first 2 seasons. This nigga lost like 24 games.
Yeah, bro. Like he took. I gotta take some time off, man. My back's fucked up, and they won like 30 straight. They was like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, the first game they won. The first year they won 67, and the second year they won 73.
Yeah, and listen, and Kevin Durant was like looking at Russell Westbrook shoot Mac 11s off the rim. Was like, man, I think I want to.
I need a piece of that, man. I don't blame nobody, man. Go get a taste.
We can't. Everybody, we sat there and watched the games with KD and OKC. Everybody, we watched it and was like, man, he should leave and go somewhere where he can get the ball. And he do it, and that's when he get killed. Like,
yeah, I didn't understand. I thought it was the hardest choice to make. That's why he wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah,
because it's the hardest choice from like take on from the media. But as a player, it should have been the easiest choice to make.
Oh yeah, situation wise, not even close.
It's easy, yeah, it's easy. But taking flack and all that stuff, I figured he wouldn't even want to do it. I didn't think he was even cool with them like that. But found out he really wasn't. But they built something out of that. I expected him to go to like Boston or some shit. To be honest, or the Clippers. Actually, I thought he was gonna go somewhere completely different. But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why he left. The Golden State thing fits so much, man. He was perfect there.
I mean, as I think about it, I think it goes back. I like when like Kawhi hit him, he's like, I don't really know him like that. He's like, listen, I did that shit before. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought me and Drake, like we was, you know what I'm saying? We was work cool, and then we moved in with each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we took it a step too far. We should have just kept it a happy hour. I should have just seen my man at the All-Star game and the Olympics.
Yeah.
We don't need to be roommates. And so I see if KD was like, nah, I need to go with some. I just need to be comfortable. Like wherever some shit gonna make me comfortable. So I get that, but I just think, I mean, I think he underestimated. I think he thought it was gonna be okay. Like I beat LeBron, I'm the best now.
Yeah,
and people still like, no, you nice, but you just play for the best team. He's still the best.
I mean, he was still the best though. He's the best. I mean, it wasn't like to me, that's not even. It wasn't debatable.
I agree.
Whether he was in Golden State or not, he was still that dude. I mean, if even Golden State, he's number one easily. To me, he proved it. He shot
him over LeBron.
Was that the shot LeBron switched on him when he hit the game-winning shot, or the game-closing shot?
Yeah, that was year 2 of Golden State. I think that was the second ring. That second ring I think that's the best. Honestly, I think that's the best basketball team I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like when they was going, and I don't know how they won like 50-something games maybe because they wouldn't like take the regular season serious. But when they was going, like KD at the 5, Draymond at the 4, I was like, it's the best team. Like it was just like nobody had a chance. Y'all
was that 18, right? I think that was 18 when they didn't lose no playoff games. Or they only lost like one, maybe.
They lost
a finals game.
Yeah, it was either finals or conference final. Yeah, they went 16-1. That's the one I was like, that's the best team I've ever seen. And they probably shouldn't have lost that one. And even then, it was like, we know who's gonna win. Like, come on, man.
I guess New York is his type of town. Because I wouldn't even move to New York. I would have took San Fran. Well, and I wouldn't. Yeah, San Fran right now ain't too gravy though. But I mean, how are you supposed to predict all this shit anyway?
Yeah, listen. I'll tell you where I would not want to be in a fucking pandemic though. Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, even if you like, I know he not on the fucking subway. He not at fucking Wegmans. You know what I'm saying? Getting grocery, but
he got the Rona fresh off. Remember, he got Rona fresh.
I was like, he got that shit somehow. Cam got that shit, man.
I don't know where these boys be going. I think they're still out and about, man. I think they're still like.
Listen, you seen Dak and Zeke, man. Zeke out in the streets like it's just 08. Like it's just nothing going. Like he Big Meech, man. I was like, Cowboys ain't never gonna win nothing of significance, man. Like they
had a big ass house party and everything. Man.
It was 42 people there, man.
That's why I think that's why Skip ain't take that noose off of Dak when he talk about depression, and Skip was like, nah, motherfucker, he was partying. You had the Rona party. Oh, man, I ain't taking that.
So you was shoo and flea flicking then. You ain't had no problem.
Yeah, the whole Rona party. They had 2 of them. They got caught twice with a Rona party. And Skip was like, nah, I ain't accepting that shit.
Nah, he said, listen here, you sad ass nigga. Y'all better go 12-4. Like, now once I seen Zeke at the club in the racing car jacket, man, I was like, this man has a race car jacket. 1 in 2020, 2 in the Rona. This man don't give a fuck about it. I know he got that shit, boy. I know Zeke had it twice.
Yeah, the Eminem.
Yeah, Tony the Tiger.
I had that shit in 08. I had that and I had the Crown jacket in 08. I swear I remember that shit so much, man.
Listen,
I had a big ass Crown jacket.
Listen, if they coming back, I just need to know. But either way, he been out. I done seen more pictures of him, Future, and Meg Thee Stallion partying these past. Yeah. I was like, I ain't seen a mask yet.
Yeah, nobody give a shit, man. Somebody must know something I don't know, dog. Somebody must know something I don't know.
I feel like a fucking dope, man. Like
we get different emails, so man, their emails is way different than mine.
I was like it don't affect rich people. Like, is this what I'm saying? Because that boy Zeke was in that like
with his stomach out and everything. He don't care at all. Gut out.
You remember when Charlie Murphy was dancing in the club and
doing a robot?
Yeah. He was like, I went and seen Charlie Murphy in the club. He was dancing with that. That's how Zeke was getting it in, man.
Yeah, that boy, man, the boy's right. That's why I knew Skip, man. You know, Skip is probably my favorite. I don't know why, dog. Skip is my favorite. I never watched the show because Shannon is he's too loud. I don't know what his microphone level is. Shannon's loud.
Some bad audibles or something. Yeah.
Yeah, them shit is high. But Skip be hilarious, dog. Skip just be
Skip funny.
Skip is hilarious, bro. I don't know what Skip be on with these weak ass J's. He always got the J's. He be pulling up these weak ass jeans he be having on. He don't be can. Black jeans, slim, skinny. He putting workout shit on. Like nobody wants to see you working out, Skip. Talk about it.
I was like, I can't. But like, we're gonna look back in 10 years and like, man, Skip and Stephen A. together was like, man, Bron and D Wade really played together.
Yeah,
I can't believe it's like they both carrying, like, you know what I'm saying? They both Stephen A. still doing First Take, Cold Pizza or whatever. Skip doing Skip and Shannon. It's like, nah, man, these guys played together for a couple of years and it was magic. Niggas would just yell about anything for like 4 hours, dog.
I'll tell you, I haven't seen either one of them shows in like 5 years.
Honestly, since they split up, honestly, like you see like the little segment, like see Stephen A. talking about the Lakers or whatever, but like sit down and watch it, like see what we gonna talk. I can't even. But I'm slick. Like TV still exists, man. Like
yeah,
like sitcom TV.
I never had cable in my life. I'm a grown ass man. I haven't had cable since I've been on my own. I've been on my own since I was 17. I ain't paid for cable yet.
I cut mine 2 years ago, and it ain't been one time that was like, oh man, I wish I'm like I should have did this years ago. Why did I not? Like
YouTube by itself got me locked in. I can go through YouTube and just I don't even need Netflix. I can just watch old shit on YouTube, watch documentaries on YouTube all day. Netflix and Hulu and Amazon. I mean, to me, that's just all extra. Streaming and every HBO. I mean, we got everything, dog. We got everything. Think about the big ass TVs. We be turning the knob on to channel 3 to cut the game on. There's 2 different knobs. One is 1 through 10 or whatever. The other one got to 26.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta put it on.
You gotta put it on 3 and then set 3 on the top, 7 on the bottom. Yeah.
Man.
Listen, I say this as somebody who literally, my mother just got rid of that TV like 2019. So I'm in like the big back TV that the other TV sat on top of. That just hit the streets. Yeah. So
that's a relic right there. You should have saved that motherfucker.
That shit was an antique.
Yeah.
But it's like now, man. Well, it's like growing up. If we had all this, I was like, cable never would have worked, dude.
Nah.
Like it used to be something like, man, oh man, the only time I'm gonna see this show is Thursday night at 8 p.m. And if I miss it, then I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who shot JR. Like I'm cooked till next.
Never find out either.
I can't pause it. I can't watch like.
And Game of Thrones is the last time I'm going through week to week sitcoms. We're done with that. I'm done. That's the week to week. That's the last week to week I'm doing. Give me it all at one time, or I'll wait till it all come out.
Nah, let's talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't know what we're gonna talk about. So maybe spoiler alert. What did you think about the end? Did you watch like them all?
Unfortunately, yeah, I watched everything. Well, I was unfortunately
live. Like, is it happening?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I caught like in between. Before the last season, people was like, it's about to be the last, like, this is the best show ever. It's gonna be the last. You want to watch this? So I got caught up. Yeah, my dumb ass. I got caught up. So I watched the last season. That was the only one I watched week for week. The worst season ever.
It's the worst season.
I'm like, bro, it's like y'all tell me to get Cavs season tickets, man. I'm watching Boobie Gibson, man. Like I ain't seen Brien yet.
Yeah,
it ain't no Kyrie. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? I got
Mo Williams.
Yeah, I got
Valanciunas. What's his name with the V? He had the long hair? I forget his name.
Verja.
Yeah, Verja. Mo Williams. Larry Hughes.
Yeah, I ain't seen Bron play once a week, man. Like
it was terrible, dude. Like it's you know what makes it even worse? The worst thing about the season is that how they ended the season is exactly how they should have ended the season. Not like her dying. but the dragon picking her up and taking her off.
Cersei or not Sir
Khaleesi. Yeah. The dragon picking up and taking her off. I'm like, I know exactly where he's taking her, and I really want to see what's after this.
Right.
So I knew where he was taking her.
Right.
And then they released it, and they said where he was taking her. I'm like, dude, I want to fuck another season, but this last season was so terrible. So where he's taking her, you binge watched the whole thing. So there was I forget what season it was, when she took over like a certain city, and she was like trying to gain everybody's like local respect. And it was a lady who came in, and she can revive people from the dead.
Yeah, like the.
And they was holding court.
Which lady? Yeah, I know you're talking about.
And the name of the city started with like a V, I think. But that's where they was flying back to, so that he can get her revived. So it makes me want another fucking season because she's about to get revived.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. See, that's I think that's really what I hate. Like, I disagree with the shit at the end. Again, it's spoilers. I don't know why the fuck they made Brien like that. Was just Like I got a friend that's watching it now, and I told him, I was like, "Hey man, I'm just telling you, because I don't want you to be disappointed. The end is some bullshit, dude."
Yeah.
And it's like looking back then, like if you told me in like season 2 or 3, like no, he's the one that's gonna be king, I would have said, "Man, get the fuck out of my face, man." Like,
and it's really the greatest show ever. That's the make it the shame. It's really the fucking greatest. It's really a beast, dog. Like that. You going through the wire? What part are you in on the wire? What season you in? You finished it?
Now I'm almost done. I'm on season 5. I'm toward the mid. Like I'm getting close. I'll say this.
Okay.
5 heating up.
All right. 5, I told you 5 would heat up because I think you said 5 was a little slow.
Listen, 2 episodes into 5, I was like, I might just call it a wrap, man. Like I might just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to read no Boston Picayune, man, or no Baltimore Picayune, man. And no, this shit heating up. Cause
I forget they start off in the newspaper bullshit.
Oh, bro, this nigga Gus, man. Nah, but Gus a real one though. As I watch, Gus a real one. He just trying to get some integrity. But I'm at the part, like I'm seeing it now. It's like all this shit about to fall around McNulty, and I don't like McNulty, so good.
You don't like McNulty? I fuck with McNulty.
I ain't like McNulty since season.
Yeah, shiesty, disgusting motherfucker.
He be getting too much pussy for me, man. I don't like that shit, dog.
That's why I say he's shiesty and disgusting.
Yeah, that shit made me tight,
that much cat is in the wrong somehow.
McNulty just walk in the bar and show 52 teeth, and they just like, wow. Like, I'm hating, man. Fuck it. I don't like McNulty.
I don't know if you've seen this show, and it's pretty much been fucking just banned. It's still on Netflix. House of Cards. You seen House of Cards yet?
I know of it. I've never. That's all right. Spacey, ain't it?
Because of the piece of shit Kevin Spacey, nobody talks about it no more. But House of Cards is the same level as The Wire and Game of Thrones.
Really?
So I think that should be next up on House of Cards is a beast. It's just,
how many seasons is it?
6. I think they're gonna go into the last season soon, so it might be 6. But off season 1, you're gonna want to go into 2 easily.
Okay. Because I'm looking for something. I was thinking about, have you watched The Sopranos? I never watched The Sopranos.
Yeah, Sopranos is good too.
I was gonna say,
Sopranos real good.
Man, but I'm like,
HBO got a lot, man.
Did you finish Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, well, yeah, I did. Because remember I told you I stopped. Well, you seen the whole thing already?
Yeah.
So I stopped at when it was one part. It seems like at the beginning of every season they conquer everything. So I think it was the beginning of season 4. They were already rich, and then some more shit come out. I was like, Jesus, well, how much more? Like, how many more people they got to kill? How many more presidents and kings got to be paid off here?
Yeah. We done greased all the pockets, man. Like,
we greased everything. They all the pockets at this point. But I did watch the last season. I liked it anyway. They got back into some new and different stories.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the season, it felt like it was going to just be like how the other one ended.
Yeah. No, but listen, that motherfucker Oswald, boy.
Yeah, it's a cold show. It reminds me of Deadwood, which is
the devil, boy.
Yeah, it's a good ass show. It's a good show, and I don't know what else is on fucking Netflix. I've been trying to keep up with a little bit of everything, but
yeah.
But I think House of Cards should be next up on your list for sure.
Okay. It's still on. Like they didn't take it off Netflix.
No, it's one of their shows.
Okay, yeah. I thought they might like they took off the Cosby Show when
you got to take that motherfucker off. But it's one of their shows, and I think it's so good they had to keep it up.
Yeah.
But it's not like he on the show anymore. So when you go into the new season, he not in that motherfucker.
Ongoing?
Yeah, they got one season left.
Oh, when does that come in?
I think at the end of this year. It might be next month, or November or something like that. They got one season left. And I give you it's not even a spoiler. The prize of the show is the wife. She's it's I always forget her name. It's Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Okay, yeah. I know you.
And she's older now. She's
Yeah.
That's some milk right there, boy. I tell you what. That's some milk action right there.
Listen, Jenny caught that thing in '94, man.
Man, she recovered like magic. She looking good right now, boy.
They said Jenny was a Lakers cheerleader back then, man. I ain't never connect them dots, man.
Hey, he gave her the same cure. She didn't age. She did aged up real nice.
They got this shit from Dionne Warwick, man.
Hey, man.
Now I'm trying to think what else. You watch Ozark? You fuck with Ozark?
Yeah, I seen the last season of that too.
I like Ozark.
Yeah, I like it. You seen everything?
Yeah, I'm caught up on that one.
Ozark made me know I don't need a family at all. I'd have shot everybody in that motherfucker.
Hey, listen, it would have been first season, like episode 3, it would have been me and the daughter. I would have had her in the crossface crippler, man. With all due respect. Yeah.
And then the last season, when you get everything kind of ironed out, and then the son go to the chick house, go to the shop with a shotgun, like, man, what is these kids on?
Jonah put up with the stick, man.
Yeah, man. We from the hood. We wasn't on this type of shit. These motherfuckers pulling up to somebody's house with a shotgun. He like 13. What's going on?
I think it's
how you even thinking like that? Shit.
Nah, I like because at the beginning, I hated Wendy. I hated the wife. I hated her ass.
Yeah, still do.
Yeah, and toward the end, I don't hate her, but it's like she playing the game. Like I get it. Like she
tried to boss up. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he came to with like a bad situation, and she was like, okay, like let's figure some shit out.
Yeah,
because I would have been
bossed up. I like that, but she reminded me too much of the wife from Breaking Bad.
I've never watched Breaking Bad.
You should watch Breaking Bad too. Shit, God damn!
I don't hardly watch
the turtle shell.
I don't hardly watch movies. I don't hardly watch TV, dog.
I don't watch movies, but I watch all the TV shows and shit.
Yeah, I don't.
New movies, I ain't seen nothing.
TV show, like it's one of those things. Like I go to HBO or whatever with every intention of starting a new show, and then I'd be like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna watch Smart Guy again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fucking high. I'm gonna watch season 1. Like that's just how it ends. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna watch Sopranos, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch season 2 of Martin. Like I'm just gonna watch. Like I just
that's how I've been this bitch. So like I'm gonna watch something. I end up I'm watching Monday Night Raw from '99.
Yeah, like that.
The Rock putting a nigga through the table or something like that. Watching some crazy.
I want to ask you still watch wrestling now?
The new stuff. I'm trying to get back into it. But it stinks, man. It sucks. It really sucks.
I'm trying to decide, like the AEW.
It sucks. Both of them suck. Damn. Both of them are terrible. I'm trying to get back into it though.
Because that people keep saying, I feel like I keep seeing people talking about it. I feel like they say like not even kidding, like the women's division wrestling is like on fire right now.
In the WWE, yes, yeah. It is. To me, WWE, the women's wrestlers, are better than the men.
That's
the men have been the stars,
yeah,
like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, but the women are way better.
That's where, like, when did you start watching wrestling?
Like start?
Yeah, like
OG. Like my godfather got me into wrestling probably in the early '90s, and I was a kid. He used to take me to these shows and shit. We used to watch that shit.
Like who? Like WCW, like all of it.
Yeah, when they come to town, we used to go to like the St. Bernard Center. Like the New Orleans Municipal Auditorium, something like that.
Yeah.
And we used to watch it from like pay-per-views and all that shit. We used to go to it all the time.
That's how when I came, like I'm like the first I remember like Hogan, like Doink the Clown. What's my man? He just died. Big black dude. I can't remember his name.
That's a bunch of niggas.
I was gonna say
Kamala.
Kamala.
No, Kamala Uganda John. Yeah, Kamala.
Yep. Like Kamala, like all them. That was like the first like era I remember. Like I might watch all that all the way WCW and WWF, WWF then until who was it? When Triple H got married to Stephanie. That's when I was like, I'm out. I was like, just too. I was like, it's too. Even for like 12-year-old me, I was like, I'm out. Like, that's fine. And I ain't been back. And I hear people talk about it, and I'm like, should I get? Because I was like without a team, like you said, like without a team, NFL Sunday don't really mean like, you know what I'm saying. My Sunday's wide open. My Sunday 11 out. I might, if it's a good game on, I might turn it on, but
I might not even watch it. Yeah, I might not even watch it.
Like it got to be like Chiefs Ravens. Like I need to see like an elite matchup. But outside that, so I was like, okay, maybe I need to. I watched Naomi Osaka play tennis. I was like, I'm thinking about wrestling. I was like, I gotta find
UFC player. UFC. I'm telling you, my favorite sport is easily UFC. If I can watch UFC and nothing else, that would be the plan.
UFC.
Easily.
Okay.
Easily.
Yeah, have you always been on UFC?
I watch everything. Yeah, everything. I watch the fight nights. I watch the Tuesday contenders. I just be on ESPN. The no-name cats trying to work their way up. I get the pay-per-views. I watch all of them.
See, I can't get into it. I don't know if it's like I used to be like that with boxing. I was like a boxing head, and now it's just, I don't know. I've kind of fell out with it, but heavyweight ain't what it was. And I've been looking for, and I watched UFC. I was like, I don't like seeing, like, you know, you can see like a nigga's like brain bounce in his eye, like in the UFC. Like you can see, like you can see like his heart stop like a little bit on the mat.
It's controlled chaos. It's absolute it's madness. That's why we watch it. That's why I watch it, because like in boxing, Mayweather 50-0, right? Mayweather fought some amazing fighters, legendary fighters, and he beat them. But the first 25 fights, it was just against anybody.
Right.
And that's how boxing do. Boxing bring up their people by them being undefeated, 20-0, 30-0, whatever. Right. And then in boxing, there's like a bunch of different promoters, and you know, all these different promoters, they got their own stable, they make their own fights. And the UFC, Dana White run all that shit. So if you the best up, you fight the best up 10 times out of 10. There's no ducking.
Like regardless of record.
Regardless of record.
So it don't, like if you 22 and he 32, like it don't matter who number one you fight.
Jorge Masvidal is the biggest draw right now, not Conor McGregor. He's the biggest star that's not Conor McGregor. And he's probably 500 right now. He just might be 20-20 if you look at his record. His record's not great. But when you have these, it's a lot of respect in UFC. So if you have these cats that's been around for 13, 15 years, and all of a sudden you see him kind of walking that line, and then something switch and they win 5 straight, people start gaining respect for him. You just get respect for winning and competing hard. That's really it with the UFC. It's no politics and nothing like that. People just fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could give because like you said, it's, you know what I'm saying, after a certain point, like the undefeated don't, or I'll say like you said, till a certain point. Like it's only a certain point you really start fighting people to make it worth it. So
there's only one person undefeated, 2 people undefeated in the history of UFC. John Jones and Khabib Nurmagomedov, them right now. Everybody else got losses.
Every time I see John Jones, man, he like saving somebody out like a burning building and doing some coke or something, or both.
No. It's both. Yeah, I think he's doing both. Yeah, he the wildest boy. He the wildest nigga ever.
So like is he fighting champ now? Like is he fighting now? Like what's?
No, he gave up his light heavyweight title to move up to heavyweight, but there's no heavyweight fights. So I don't really know when he's gonna fight again at all. But the person that's considered the best UFC fighter, which is George St. Pierre, he has losses. He has like 4 losses. But
so it just don't even like just don't register, or it's because they were
the best people.
Oh, because they fight
when you fight the best people all the time, it don't matter if you win. Well, it matters if you win or lose.
Right, but it's not going to against you as much.
Yeah. Imagine if Mayweather and Pacquiao had to fight the best all the time, every run. Somebody gonna lose. I mean, it's how it go. That's why I like the UFC. Nobody cares about record. Anderson Silva lost like 9 fights, and he's still the greatest.
Is he still fighting? Like he's still going?
Yeah, he got probably like 1 fight left in it. I think he got 1 fight left booked, and he's gonna retire.
How much? What's if he the top? What's he get for a fight? Is it like boxing money?
No, I think they. Well, see, the difference with the UFC cats is the boxing is always back end. So like we only watch boxing for just the main event. Right. Nobody knows any of the other fights that's on the card.
Right.
So most of the money in boxing just goes to the main event because that's what everybody up for anyway. Right. They pay structure is different. But the UFC, they like they pay their people probably not the best, but I would probably say it's the most consistent. So you got regional people it's probably making 30, 50,000 per fight. You get another 50,000 if you win. And then when you get the higher ups, you may get 300,000, $1 million, $2 million, and you get 2 million to win. It'll match your pay-per-view points, different things like that. Okay. But UFC is better because the card is stacked. There's a good fight every time. It'll be 4 or 5 really good matchups instead of you just waiting for the main event all day.
That's the part I didn't know. It's like I'm trying. It's like it's like it's either gonna be this or like crack, man. Like I got something. I got to scratch that itch, man. I got nothing but free time.
Since you bring crack up, you might be either way, player. Hey, I might just think try a little crack, do a little both. I don't know.
Listen, I'm just saying, if there was ever a time,
this is definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've been watching that video of a dude in Bob Williams, man, talking about that crack.
He talk about it.
You watched that full video?
Yeah. He talk about it like it's that shit, boy.
Hey, points were made, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never.
He's like, I dare you. One time, just take a whiff of this motherfucker. Man, you're gonna be stuck forever.
That man said, I defy you to find a better feeling, dog. Like, you. That man, like, he was like, man, crack has made you his bitch. He was like, absolutely.
No, well, I'm a real stickler when it comes to drugs, right? So hard drugs, and I mean hard drugs, it means like the action of them, like snorting coke.
Right.
I think it's a violent. That's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Right.
Holy shit. Let me get a little needle, get a little smoke, and we cool.
Yeah.
I gotta snort.
Yeah, that's tough business. Yeah.
I'm not used to them going up my nose. I don't do none of that. That's too rough for me. Jesus Christ. But drink a Red Bull. Fuck.
Yeah,
it's just too rough for me.
But it's just one of those like, man, I ain't got nothing but time on my hands, man.
Yeah. Well, crack ain't no but a little smoke. That's all right.
If I was ever gonna do some PCP, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it would.
Yeah, the only thing that's ever been heroin. Like one of my mentors, he always talk about heroin, and he's like dead serious. He's like, I'm gonna just retire with a nurse and heroin in the IV. He's like, that's all I need. It's like, Jesus Christ, like you got a decent amount of money, and heroin is how you just want to finish it. He's like, yes. I was like, all right.
That's Bob Williams, he said he was making 80 grand a year. He said yes, and spending it all on crack, every penny. Like he was just like.
He was making 80 back then.
That's what, like 80 and like 81. 80K. 81. He was a multi-millionaire. Like
that's probably double now. That's probably double.
At least. Like
that's not even double, yeah.
Yeah. And making he's making cash money back then. So
I think he said he spent $1,100 in a day.
$1,100 in like $1980, man. So you got like $2,500. Like
that's some sweetness right there. That's some dessert. 1,100? I need a taste.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, man, I couldn't try it. I'm not afraid I won't like it. I'm afraid I will, man. Like people give up their whole life, and I'll be like, hey, listen. I mean, I don't never be that happy as they be after their first hit. I don't never have that, and I don't do meth. Or, you know what I'm saying? They be on cloud 9. Now they go
too raw, man.
Yeah, microwave up out a trailer home, but.
Motherfuckers be running through walls on meth, man. I'm not with it. I'm not with it for that. I like it. I like to chill. I need stuff to calm me down.
I don't want nothing to turn me up, man.
Nah, like, I'm already too hyped.
Like I'm stressed. Like I need something that's gonna like relax my shoulders.
Yeah.
Like do you smoke?
Allegedly.
More. Oh yeah. I ain't trying.
Allegedly.
Yeah, no, we're talking about perfectly legal candles. I'm talking about candles. Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if it wasn't like as legal as it is in most places in the country, it'd be a lot more fucked up in this place than it already is. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that have a lot of anxiety issues.
Yeah.
And some of that smoke is pretty much the only thing that got them through.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think it's the only thing, like, it's
can't wait till I get out this slave state.
Yeah, but
fuck.
You and me both, dog. Like,
fuck.
It's people that I think that would be the only thing that they need to get them through, but they can't get it because they live in fucking slave state. Like you know what I'm saying? It's for real somebody that's stressed out, and it's like if they could just after work, you know, like we was talking about Calvin Johnson. You read the article, Calvin Johnson was like, man, after every game, every Sunday I came home and smoked. Like for my injuries, for like rehab. He's like, every single Sunday. I knew how to beat the test. And it's like, you telling me like this didn't affect one of the greatest of all like you know, like whoa.
Yeah.
What's this? It's illegal. I can cross the state lines and it's fine. But if I go like 10 paces that way, I'm doing 3 to 5. Like, how does this
blame the Bible? Blame the Bible. Because I seen one of our congressmen. He put it out. He said, "Oh, we know it would help the economy, and we need to help the economy. But I don't think that should be the plan right now. We shouldn't use that as a crutch." Of course you should, motherfucker. It's money. Right. Of course you should. And it's more money than anything else is going to make.
Listen, that I mean, they ain't gonna never legalize sex. I was like, y'all legalize those two, man. Y'all ain't gonna have to pay. You ain't gonna have to pay for another road again, man. They gonna pay.
Won't be another murder in this world.
Like it. You want people stressed out, man, because they go home and can't smoke and can't do nothing about it. And
I hate this slavery, man. I despise it every day. I wake up every morning and I write down something. It's on this wall and it said, "Get out this slave state," and I write something down next to it. I need to be free, player. Colorado.
I was gonna say, where are you trying to go? Where you thinking about?
Colorado, Cali, Washington State. My 3 places. Seattle. LA is too expensive. Probably one of the little, one of the little places outside of it.
Yeah.
And definitely Colorado. Boulder, Denver, any place like that. Because I need that fresh air too.
I've heard good things about I've never been. I've been to Denver, been to LA. I've never been to Seattle. Is Seattle on fire too, or is Washington? Yeah. They on fire too, ain't they?
Oh, Washington State is definitely on fire, and Seattle is definitely not the greatest place ever. But it's not like you move into the ghetto,
the slum,
city.
Right, yeah.
And I like being a little close to Canada too. That way I can run.
Shit crazy, bro. I feel like a fucking dork, man. I got a passport this year, finally, and can't use like this shit is. This shit might as well be printed on like Monopoly paper. Like this shit means nothing. Nothing.
You can always use it, player. Or no, you can't go nowhere. Never
I can't go. I should have bought the Georgia, man. Like I was gonna buy. It was either gonna be Georgia or a passport, and like a dummy.
And Atlanta open too. You can wear them Jordans in the club. You could have been styling right now. God damn.
Listen, and they definitely open. So like I could definitely be in these streets right now. But
that shit is wild, man. Yeah, Colorado, Seattle, just about anywhere in Cali, mostly based around LA. And good old Canada. If I could figure out a way Canada will let me in, man. I'll fight a moose right now. Let a brother in. I'll fight a mountie, anybody.
You been to Canada?
Nah.
It was one of those like, man, I ain't moving no fucking Canada. Now it's like, hey, I mean, you know what I mean? I might move to like some parts of they say some parts is all right. A little cold weather, but you know what I mean?
I'll take anywhere except this motherfucker right here.
It's like I'm
take care of their people up there.
Yeah. So they just be speaking French up there. I don't know. Like I just keep to myself. I don't speak no French, but
I know I've done a little research in Montreal. I know it's all French. Stop signs and shit and everything is in French. But like Toronto, I think Vancouver's a West Coast city. I think it's a little mix in between. Yeah. But I mean, I'll take it anywhere if I'm close to that border. That way I can skip up, skip down, do whatever I need to. That'd be cool. Because just getting out of the United States I feel like it's needed.
This shit is so.
And Mexico not letting us in right now.
That's how down bad we are, man. Mexico's like.
It should have been banned out. It should have been banned.
Listen, clubs at capacity, big man. We ain't doing no hats tonight. Like
we're not doing no hats tonight.
Like ain't nobody gonna ever let us in. Listen, and they shouldn't, honestly.
Nah, it's pretty embarrassing at this point, to be honest. I wouldn't yeah, I damn sure wouldn't let nobody in. I wouldn't even let nobody in the state, let alone my country.
I was like, man, yeah, they need to be state troopers on the border, man. Like, why you come? Like, listen, it's a pandemic. Go home, dog.
New York got cast at the airport. You come from a certain state, they're gonna send your ass right back.
Good.
Yeah, they're gonna send your ass right back. You come from like Florida.
Who's it? New Zealand or somewhere did that, and they beat Rona in like 45 days.
Down to 0. They got a lot of events right now, packed stadiums right now.
Bro, they having a blast.
Matter of fact, they've been having it since probably July, late July. It's been a while.
When do you think the stadium opens? Like full capacity, no Rona.
We're gonna get it this year. We're gonna get that this year.
You think with no restrictions or anything?
Absolutely.
Shit.
Florida's gonna do it.
Yeah, if it ain't done already.
Florida's definitely gonna do it. Florida or the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think it was LSU or somebody was fighting. They were trying to get like 17,000 or something. I was like, that's a lot of
That's a lot of motherfuckers. That's a lot of Well, I guess since it's college kids, they just wanna. That's cool because it was like what's in Auburn.
Yeah.
Last year or not last week? Last week it was. It looked like a lot of motherfuckers out there.
Oh yeah, listen, because Auburn played Kentucky. They stadium hold. I looked at it. I think it was like 60,000, and it was 17,000 people. And I was like, why the fuck are they on top of it? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like y'all ain't taking no like. They sitting rolled. They're like a high school graduation, man.
And they just do arms reach, like they reach their arm out to the side. Get on the edge right here. We good.
Rona ain't gonna. From me to you, like the Rona ain't gonna. Rona ain't gonna make it that far. But, listen, because the whole fucking Titans team finna die, and Roger Goodell finna be like, "Hey, next man up." You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, the game's at 7. We can do a moment of silence at 7, but the game's at 7:15.
Get Shane Falco. Everybody get Shane Falco. Everybody get the replacements out.
Yeah, no,
we don't want to play. They're gonna replace your ass quick.
We're gonna give his jersey to his wife. We're gonna give his kids a football and all that.
And the next thing you're gonna be wearing your jersey.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
The Cowboys definitely will be. They'll probably be first. If it won't be a Florida team, probably the Jaguars or the Dolphins. It'll definitely be the Cowboys. It's gonna be packed.
I think it might be a college team, man. Just because I think they're just gonna be like it's gonna be a big on even LSU, Alabama, or somebody, and people gonna be like, "Fuck it, we going 75 large. We going in the stadium."
Well, he already gave him permission to pack the stadium. They're just not gonna pack the stadium, and for the Dolphins, he gave him permission to pack 63, but this is gonna start off with 17. He says full capacity.
Oh, okay, just a little 17K.
Yeah, he said DeSantis said it's full capacity, but they said they're gonna start off with 17. We're just gonna throw 17,000 motherfuckers together at the same time in a bowl, an open bowl.
If I looked out my window and saw 17 people gather, I call the police.
I want to see 7 motherfuckers right now.
Like 17, and I be like, when do you think the next time like athlete they come out and they slap hands with everybody? When's the like you can't do that no more, right? If you LeBron, huh?
We're gonna see it.
I mean, somebody, but like if you LeBron legitimately, I can't just slap hands no more, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be Kuzma. It ain't gonna be Brown. It's gonna be Kuzma. One of these.
J.R. Smith,
it's gonna be J.R. Smith, Kuzma, Deion Waiters doing the three circle. He gonna be the one that do it.
Listen, they got Waiters be on the sideline, but like he don't be playing, but he don't even be in like team gear. Waiters being like an outfit.
No,
like chain on, Jabot. I'm like, where's he going? Like, he not going nowhere after the game.
Waiters about to snatch that ring up too. That's crazy.
Hey, they
about to snatch that ring up.
Either way, whether because he on the Lakers now, but he started the season on Miami. So win or lose, he gets a ring.
Pat Riley ain't giving that motherfucker no ring. Pat Riley ain't handing him no ring. After all that shit he did, they had to kick him out. He forced his way out.
That man was off a bean on their way to Denver.
Oh man, this man got in trouble like 4 different times. He was off a bean like twice. He got into it with Spoelstra at the beginning of the season. He got into it with some coaches or something. He's trying to get out of there, and that was after the bag because didn't OKC give him the big one? Give him like 90 or something like that.
Waiters.
Yeah, I think
No,
OKC.
he went to Miami, play well for, and that's what it was that same summer. It was the summer.
I'm sorry, it sounded like somebody was falling through the fucking roof here.
No, it was the same when the cap went up. Everybody, because they paid Kelly Olynyk, they paid James Johnson. That was the year they paid like everybody money. I think Whiteside, they paid everybody.
They paid Justin Winslow. I remember that year. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, that was the year they
paid everybody.
Yeah, it was like the cap got up, everybody getting paid. And
see, and this is why I give people like Brien. I'm a original Brien hater, but I got to give him his props because all the whole Lakers roster has nothing to do with the Lakers except the bad parts. Because they signed Mozgov and all these cats. That's what they route. Mozgov got like 160. Mozgov got a lot of bread out of the
Luol Deng.
They paid Luol Deng. Like they was going a totally different direction if it wasn't for Brien and pretty much his people. It's pretty much clutch. KCP, AD, Kuzma, Brien. I'm sure somebody else is clutching that. It's basically a clutch roster because the roster they had last year is the one the Lakers built with Lance Stevenson and all these things and Beasley. That's
one Magic built.
The Lakers roster.
Yeah.
And this roster is, I don't know how good this roster is, but you got two of the top 3 to 4 players on the same team. You should be pretty good.
I was gonna say, it's been a lot of who they third best player, and it's listen, it don't when your top 2 are that much better than anybody, it don't matter. It can be Caruso scoring 11 because your top 2 players got 32 and 15. That's just how it's gonna be.
And it's not like it's somebody that's second best and the second person is 12th, or he the 13th best player, or he the 7th best player.
Right.
This is arguably we looking at 1 and 2.
Yeah. We was trying to how do you, when you talk about what or who the best player is, what do you judge it by?
Well, best player, I look at who does everything. I think that's the easiest way to do it. It's the Jordan rule to me. Jordan did everything, so everybody else can do everything. If Jordan can do it, Giannis do everything. So I got to give AD do everything.
Right.
So if you do everything, Kawhi do everything. It's great to be, on one side of the ball. It's great to be a pure scorer, Devin Booker and all this type of stuff. But when I'm holding them to a standard of the greatest, why not go anything with Jordan? How many defensive accolades does Jordan have? We don't talk about Jordan defense. We just talk about the 63, the 63 points and what he averaged.
Right.
He all defense every year.
See that, and I had this other day. I was like, I think LeBron's getting 40. I got LeBron third. I got Jordan, Kareem, LeBron third. And I was like, LeBron could get 4, and he probably gonna get 4. And I was like, that still don't move him out of 3 to me. And they was like how could it not? I was like, 1, y'all sleeping on Kareem, man. This nigga Kareem did every whatever you wanted a basketball player to accomplish
from top to bottom.
Kareem did. College, everything. And even then, I still got Jordan above. So it's like Bron, he can get closer before. Kareem. I think Kareem got 6 too.
Yeah.
Kareem and Jordan both got 6. So, in talking about the best player, I was like, I used to think for a full season. Now it's I think I got to think in terms of a playoff series, regular season and playoff basketball. It's just not the same thing. The things that work in one don't necessarily work in the other. So it's for the best playoff series, who would I want for 7 games? I was like, it got to be LeBron. And as talented Harden is, I think we ranked him. We was doing a random Twitch stream. We ranked Harden was 10th or 11th, man. You trying to win a play? He cold.
Yeah, not
win a playoff playoff series right now. We had Luka. I'm trying to even think. Yeah, who's your top 3 or 5 if you're trying to win a playoff series right now?
It would be Brien. I would say probably Brien, Giannis, and AD.
Okay.
Those would be my. I mean, like top 3 players right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be them 3.
Okay. I think I had Bron. I had Kawhi, and then I think I had Giannis, AD. But I was like, honest, I think AD kind of broke the. I know Giannis won MVP, but again, regular season to postseason, AD, his game is playing in the post. Like it is what it is. So,
but I mean, at the same time, it just like the MVP discussions. Who's the second best player? Who's the second best player on Milwaukee? And who's the second best player on the Lakers?
Yeah.
You know, and I like Middleton, but he's not LeBron or AD.
He's not all-star player. Like he's nice.
He's not LeBron or AD. It's not even close to those two.
Yeah.
Not even close to those two. So to me, that's what more the MVP discussion is about. You got the dude who's the best player. His team is the best in the regular season. He played the best defense. The second best player is Chris Middleton. It's not Anthony Davis or LeBron James. You can switch them out whoever's 1 or 2 because AD did lead the league. I mean, lead the team in every single stat except assists.
Yep.
You can't just not discount that. Right. But I mean, watch Giannis play. He does everything. This motherfucker's grabbing 38, 14, and 12. It seems like every single night.
22 minutes, man. Like,
yeah, and nobody even care. He just it's so regular that he can bring down 26 and 18 and 12. People just discount that stuff. Oh, he's not MVP, the playoffs. Yeah. I understand the playoffs, but we're in a totally different time. We talking about regular season. And the regular season, it was I don't think it was close, to be honest. They're Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, it was easily them. Like like LeBron, he was clearly second. Ain't nothing wrong with being second, but all the year 17, he got 12 kids, and it's like, come on. Like, did everybody get like the same memo? Like, I feel like everybody, whatever sports media news, whoever you follow, right? If you on ESPN, like everybody getting the same. Like, how's everybody getting the same shit? He got 3 kids. It's year 17. You know, Kobe died. Don't forget about. It's like, come on,
man. Y'all Clutch, holler at us, man. Let us know how y'all manipulate everybody. How everybody say the same thing
at the
same time. Come on, man. And then Ramona Shelburne, who's extremely great at her job. Narrative MVP? Gee, what the hell?
Come on, man.
Dude, I think people think that Russ got the MVP off of a narrative. No, he played the fucking best. He averaged a triple-double. Nobody does that. Like 2 motherfuckers has done that.
He did it, 3 straight years?
Yeah. He decided to get 20, 20, and 20 and went and did that shit. He decided the night before he was going to do that shit. And
he's like, now tomorrow, 20, 20, and 20. Yeah, that's just what I'm going to do.
And he went and did that shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the narrative stuff. I think maybe because they think why Harden didn't get one. Harden didn't have a big enough story to get one. He didn't get one because it was just people playing a little bit better than him. Yeah. Curry was just tearing it up. I mean, you got to give it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's one of those. If you look at, it was like that. Either 87, 88. It was one of those like fifth. It was like Jordan, Magic, Isaac. Like the 5th place was like Hakeem. He had like 27, 14, and 3. It's just one of those like, hey man, like niggas was balling. Like, what can you do?
It just is what it is.
Yeah, what it is. Fourth, yeah. The last I think his was a little bit narrative, but I didn't hate his as much as like I think it's generally hated. Derrick Rose's, I was like, this is wrong. That was wrong at the time. That was the last.
Yeah. Who was supposed to? It was Bron that year.
I thought either Bron or even Dwight. I would have gave it to Bron, but I thought even Dwight. That was the year they made the final. I think was it the year either that year or the year after. I was like, I would have gave it to him over Rose. Rose, I think he got that shit because narrative. I do believe it.
Well, I mean, I understand that, and I talked about this before with like the MVP voting and the all team voting. Like, how does the media have so much power in that? Why do they get to say? You saw the votes, right? You seen what some of these dudes was voting. It was some dude in Detroit who voted for Drummond. If Drummond, Drummond got traded to Cleveland. He voted for Drummond, like I think first team center.
For like defensive player there. I did see that. Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
What the hell is going on? The chick who didn't, I forget her name. She didn't have AD on first or second team. or third team. Did she have him on third? I don't think she had him on third. I know she didn't have him first and second team.
Right.
I'm an all-time hater. AD goes first.
That's one of those, like, listen, I can hate and be honest, right? But I don't like this nigga at all.
At all.
In better defenders, like it is what it is. But
and I think AD got the benefit of the center and forward spot because he was placed anywhere.
Yeah.
You could fit him in anywhere you wanted to from how I look, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they let the media get this stuff, man. Like the baseball, not letting motherfuckers in. Who are y'all? You just right.
You're a 52-year-old white guy, and like Barry Bonds, you don't care that he did steroids. You care that Barry Bonds didn't give you an interview one time in 1992. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's done.
Yeah, and from then on, you just don't.
Yeah,
nah. Baseball. I think baseball, it's the worst of the worst, man.
I try to get into it.
I think it's like basketball, because it's not just NBA. I can almost just respect that because they just put everybody in. They just like, if you play 2 years or more in the NBA, you in the Hall of Fame. Like, it is what it is. Baseball, like, nah, you could be the best ever. We just don't like we don't fuck with Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds.
Because Bonds was a Hall of Famer way before. Listen, Hall of Fame a long time ago.
Clemens too. Bonds and Clemens. Bonds had 4 MVPs. Clemens had, I think, 4 Cy Youngs before any allegations. That tell me right then that's a Hall of Fame player, right? If you tell me, okay, only consider Barry Bonds to the age of 32 or whatever, he a Hall of Fame, and they still like, no, I'd rather put Craig Biggio in. He played the game. Like, come on, man. Like,
Craig Biggio.
Like, I mean, and Biggio was cool, man, but he wasn't bad. Come on, man. Like, he wasn't Roger Clemens. Like,
and look how they was doing T.O., man. T.O. was one of the all-time. He's an all-timer. We're talking like top 3, and he's in my top 3.
I got him.
Top 3 wide receiver.
Randy Moss.
He might be 2.
Randy Moss, T.O., and Calvin Johnson are the 3 best wide receivers I've ever seen.
I put him between 2 or 3 because Randy is definitely 1.
He's the best I've ever seen.
Randy's definitely 1.
Where's Jerry Rice?
Who? Whom? Nah, player.
The old Popeyes chicken.
We don't do wingman around here. We don't do Popeyes man around here. Sticker, Mr. Sticker. We don't do the cheating around here.
Yeah, we don't do no cheaters.
We don't do no cheating around here.
I'll be like, listen, man, it ain't no shame in being like a top 11 to 13 wide receiver of all time. It's a lot of cold receivers. Look, bro,
is wide receivers the deepest? Is that probably wide receivers and probably like the deepest Hall of Fame position in football? It would probably be wide receivers, right? Where it's just more of them.
I think it's got to be.
It's more of them than anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I can name probably 30 cold-ass receivers, Hall of Fame easily, from like just the 90s.
I feel like the point, or not even the point, like, you think, like, Deshaun Jackson, you think he get in the Hall of Fame? Like, I don't think not. I don't think he will, but he was cold as hell for like a that's the point. He was cold for a decade for winning team. Like, they didn't win a championship, but they was in the playoffs, and he's not even gonna sniff the Hall of Fame. Like, that's how cold receive. Isaac Bruce, I think he was second in, I think, catches in either yards or touchdown. One of the two was second when he retired and just made it in this 2020.
I was about to ask, did Torrey Holt make it in?
Torrey Holt still not in. That's what, like wide receiver.
Terry Bradshaw's in. Come on, man.
Bro,
Terry Bradshaw's trash, man.
Your name if you throw 7 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, man, and wear a mink coat, and they was like, nah, this guy is cool. This guy is
terrible. I wonder if Boomer Esiason, one of these motherfuckers, and Boomer was terrible. I wonder if they wanted him in the Hall of Fame.
Phil Simms gonna get in the Hall of Fame, but like Andre Johnson or somebody ain't.
It's disgusting, man.
Like, it was people saying, they were like, hey, listen, I'm not saying he wasn't the best because Calvin retired so early, he don't have the counting numbers. Like, he not top nothing in receiver because he don't, but I'm like, but the years he played, he was top every, like, how can you not look at that?
And he wasn't even close, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's why it ain't Jerry Rice was bad. He a compiler, man.
Yeah. Well, you got the best, you played for the 2 best core. You got Joe Montana straight to Steve Young.
Yeah.
You have the deepest team on offense and defense.
Yeah, Rich Gannon he played with 3 separate MVP quarterbacks. Like, he played a part in that for sure, but they played a part in him. Like, how can you not say both sides of it?
Yeah. I mean, I want to jump on Mr. Popeyes here. I don't want to jump on him too much because a lot of it goes just like Emmitt Smith goes to times played.
Yeah.
They was just on the field 20 plus years. I mean, they're just the Iron Man of the game. It just happens like that. Of course, Jerry was a great wide receiver.
Right.
But if I got Moss in front, I'm gonna choose Moss 10 times out of 10. That's just what I'm gonna do. That's just how I'm gonna do it.
I was like 1-on-1. If you tell, I was like, I would take Moss, T.O. Calvin over Rice, like no question. Would you take Antonio Brown over Rice?
No.
Okay. Julio?
No. Jerry Rice is more reliable than Julio.
I'm more
Julio is everything else. But I mean, that's the thing with Jerry. It's just reliability. He's always there to make a catch and make a touchdown, just like Emmitt. If he's always there to hand it off to, I mean, you just got to give him that. It just kind of is what it is. It's like Karl Malone.
Who?
How many years he played? He's second in points right now.
I ain't never heard of him, dog.
Oh yeah, never mind. Let's go back to football. My bad.
Yeah, my name don't ring no bells, man.
I forgot about Malone.
That nigga a bad guy, man.
But I'm always go Moss. It could be 1-on-1. It could be 1-on-2. It could be 1-on-3. I'm gonna still choose Moss because Moss. That's just what he did for the longest, even with those lost years in Oakland, and he played for the Titans.
Yeah, that was like the very, very. That didn't even really count, honestly. Like 49.
He played for the 49ers too, right?
They made the Super Bowl that year. I think that was his last year. He was like third, fourth receiver, whatever. But even that, like running backs, like Emmitt ain't the best. Emmitt might not be top 5 in the, like, you know what I'm saying? Marshall Faulk was colder than Emmitt. Barry Sanders was colder than Emmitt.
Emmitt's not my top 10.
Yeah, like 8 running back. Adrian Peterson was colder than Emmitt. LaDainian Tomlinson was like
slave, Mr. Thank you for my slave name, Thompson himself. You want to thank his former white owners for that great last name. Yeah.
That man was wild. I remember he was on the sideline and the visor just crying on the sidelines. Man, I said, man, what is going on with this guy? I said, huh?
The Patriots used to be busting their ass, boy. He was crying on the sideline.
He used to be tight on the sideline too, man. Because I remember the Chargers, they would come in, they had 15 Pro Bowlers. It'd be Sean Merriman, Phillip Rivers, the kicker Pro Bowler, the center Pro Bowler.
Yeah, Merriman, linebacker, he was Pro Bowler.
It'd be Tom Brady and Deion Branch. Patriots 21-17, man. And this nigga LT be on the sideline hot, dog. Like,
hey, you remember the game when they beat them? I think it was the last time they played them for real, and it was doing the Merriman dance on the
half at the And LT that nigga was hot, bro.
He was crying at the post conference. Oh man, this man was really crying, man, on the field and the post conference, man. That's hilarious.
I remember. Like, that's what I remember about like, even over the talent. That, and it was like one time he was hurt, but his quarterback played with a torn ACL. I was like, that's a bad look for you. I ain't gonna say, you know what I'm saying, your pain threshold or whatever, but when you sitting and your quarterback playing with a torn ACL, it felt like a bad look.
Yeah, that's a bad look, yeah. You might just say, fuck that. You can play with a torn ACL.
I was say, oh no, I'm out.
Yeah, there.
They had Richard Seymour was out there doing the cat daddy on the on midfield, and Tomlinson couldn't take it. I remember that over. When I think of LaDainian Tomlinson, that's what I think.
Yeah.
That's why you can't be a top 3 back, man. Not in my book.
Yeah. To me, my top 3 has always been Barry, Marshall Faulk, and I don't know who my third be. It's just so many. Like I would probably say like Bo Jackson. But there's still OJ. There's still Jim Brahman. It's a lot. My favorite one besides
Jim Brown running over factory workers and milkmen.
Whoever's in front of you.
He couldn't help that. I'm trying. My third probably Peterson, honestly, man. Like when you hand that nigga the ball, he get in the zone. Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
He might be my third.
Yeah, I forgot about AP. AP put in work.
Yeah, I agree. Sanders. I've been saying I was like Barry Sanders. He's the best running back I've seen, and I don't even think it's particularly close. Like nobody even remind me of him. Just how much better he was.
And the offensive line was trash. He was running for his life
all the time. Bro, with Scott Mitchell, man, they went in 10 games with Scott. He was running for 2,000 yards. Like this man, he was so not. He could have played. I think it was one more year, 2 at most, and been all time leading everything. And he was like, "I'm good." Like
I'm pissed off.
Bro,
look, I thought he was about to get traded because I remember I was watching NFL Countdown, and I thought he was gonna get traded to the Dolphins.
I remember
there's like the Dolphins is gonna get Barry Sanders. I was like, holy shit, the Dolphins. Yeah. And this nigga retired. The Lions like, nah, we're not letting that happen, player.
I remember that I was like, nah, like he gonna come back with like a good team for like he just chilling, right? Nope, done. And he was like, nah, I got a wife and kids. Like I'm good. Like I'm a family man now. And then man, I forgot that whole Calvin Johnson, the article he was talking about, he was smoking weed. He was like, I had one, I think either wide receiver coach, assistant wide receiver coach. He was like, that was my guy. He helped me develop all that. And they fired him, like didn't tell me why. And it was like again, even if I don't care if you think he's stealing money, like you know what I'm saying? He Calvin Johnson's dude. He just on the payroll. It is what it is. It's clutch management over, like you know what I'm saying? If he keep Calvin Johnson happy, he on the payroll. Sorry.
That's why they the Lions. That's why they the fucking Lions. That's exactly why they the Lions. And you know, and cats like Barry, and you know, I see Emmitt Smith, and he had the best offensive line ever.
Yeah.
They're the best team ever. I mean, Jesus Christ, I remember the offensive line: Larry Allen, Nate Newton, Mike Tuino. I think Marcel Nasi was the center. There was one more dude. I always forget his name. But I remember the offensive line. Who remembers offensive lines?
Like Jay Novacek, the tight end was blocking. Like they was putting in work, man.
You remember the whole team? Daryl Moose Johnson, Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper.
Yeah.
I remember the defense. Charles Hale and all these.
Darren Wood. Yeah, no, you do remember like every single.
They had a cold team. Who was was Charles? Not Charles Woodson. Was Darren Woodson the safety?
Yeah, Darren Woodson was the safety.
The other side, the cornerback was Kevin Smith. Dion was on one side. Darren Woodson.
Haley.
I'm trying to. It was somebody else on the line with Haley.
Now you know that team. They had Mike Zimmer was a coach on their team. Norv Turner, and like they would stack coaching. Like they had like 3 or 4 like future. Like they was just a wrap. Like going into that year, it was like ain't nobody fucking with the Cowboys, man. Like come on. Like you the Buffalo Bills, man. You make this shit 4 straight times.
All they needed was one, man.
Hey,
just give him one, man. Give him one. All they needed was one.
The thing I don't think I realized, the field goal was the first one. The Norwood wide right or wide. That was the first. I don't think I realized. So the first one, you like, you know what? Hey, we got there. We was it sucked, but we was as close could be. We'll be back next year. You get back next year, slaughtered. Third year, slaughtered. Fourth, Cowboys beat them twice by like 30 points apiece.
I'm just glad that field goal wasn't the last one, because the field goal one is last. I'm jumping off a roof.
Shit. They would have had his head on a pike, man.
Oh my God, man. All he had to do was win one. He would have been immortal. What if Jim Kelly would have got all 4 of them? 4 straight.
That's one of those, like if he get all 4, he's the best of all time. He's the best until Brady at least.
Easily.
He get 3. Easily. He probably he up there.
Because look who they beat. They beat they would have beat all-time Cowboys.
Cowboys 2 times.
Did they play the Giants?
I think they played the whole NFC East except for they played like Parcells, Giants, I think. So was that Giants? I think it was. Let me make sure.
They lose to the 49ers one year.
Yeah, let me.
No, 49ers beat the Chargers.
Yeah, they beat the Chargers.
Because Dallas won in like 95.
Dallas won in. Here we go. 92, they beat the Bills 52-17.
Oh my God.
that was the second one of the Bills run.
That's a shovel right there. Jesus Christ.
93, they beat the Bills 30-13. A little bit better.
I still ass kicking.
Yeah.
Still ass kicking.
Next year they lost NFC Championship to the Niners, and then next year they beat the Steelers. That was their 3 and 4 years.
Because the Niners picked up Dion because they couldn't stop Irvin.
Yep.
And then the Cowboys picked up Dion to the next year to stop Jerry Rice.
I was like, did contracts just not exist back? Like, what the hell? Like, Dion played for like the Falcons, 49ers, and Cowboys in like 3 straight. Like, he was just signing a 6-month contract.
Now you see where Reeves got it from.
Hey.
And he got back-to-back Super Bowls with 2 different teams and 2 legendary teams at that. And he got to be the reason that they got him because they signed him to stop the
opposing number 1.
Yeah. The 49ers lost to Dallas the year before that in the NFC Championship.
Yep.
So they got Dion, they beat him, and then he leaves, and then Dallas beat him right back again.
And it was Kevin Durant, man. Hey,
for that check, hey. If you look at it that way, it's the same thing.
I was thinking like the early 90s guys, like ain't nobody, I don't know if it's like everybody's too socially aware or like just like Dion, Mike Tyson, like niggas was wilding, but like Jordan was like ain't nobody wilding now. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's wild boy.
His boy Jordan was losing 6 racks on the golf course like every week. Like it was. Imagine if LeBron did that. If we found out LeBron was even at a gambling station, Brian Windhorst would have like at a gambling table. Brian Windhorst would have a 6-page report. Like,
does he have a gambling problem? Does he have a liquor problem?
Yeah,
wine bottles? Is he okay?
This boy Iverson was out all hours of the night and come get 32 to the Milwaukee Bucks. Like,
Jordan hit Atlantic City, gamble all night, lose all night. You pull up to the arena. He's sitting outside smoking a cigar, waiting on y'all to talk some shit. And then he come in and bust y'all ass.
Yeah, 38-9, like and just whoop y'all's ass.
No, with no issue. And then he get mad when you talk shit to him.
Yeah, that's why I'm like easily the best athlete of his generation, maybe ever, was a chain smoker because he was like, I'm not concerned that, like, you know, imagine if LeBron was smoking right now, like he was just not concerned about Giannis or Kawhi. Like, no, he's like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm just.
You can't tell me when Jordan's on a golf course for like 5 hours, he wasn't smoking them cigars 3-4 times back to back. You can't tell me that.
Man. Come on, man.
You can't tell me that. And them cigars hurt, boy. I'm telling you, I smoked 2 cigars one night. That shit hurt the next morning.
This man on cigars and tequila, and he wake up and get his son's 42, 6 boys and 4, like.
And he was eating however he wanted to. LeBron ain't probably have a saturated fat. He probably have a McDonald's ever in his life.
Bron had ice cream in like 14 years, man. Like
Barkley was eating fish fillets before the game. He said he would buy 2 fish fillets before the game.
Hey, listen, and give him 25 and 12, man. Like I think like the game got too like now you couldn't do that. Like now, yeah, you eat a fish fillet before. Nah, listen, Kawhi gonna find you in the pick and roll. Back then. Man, you be coked out of your mind, boy. You go give him like a light little 27 for the Bulls. Yeah. Jordan said he got that. Jordan said the whole team was in the hotel room doing coke. He said the whole team, bro. Like not like you get to a new job. He said the whole team was. He said, "Man, I went back to bed, man. I just."
Luke Longley got that booger sugar on him. Bill Winnington got that thing with him. Come on, man. These boys do it, man.
Will Perdue got the heat on him.
Dickie Simpkins doing lines in the corner, man. Come on, man.
And
these boys wasn't. They didn't know nothing about real nutrition like these cats know these days. All the cryogenics, LeBron sitting in the fucking freezer, Mr. Freeze after the thing, they got knees on their knee, ice on their knees and shit. Like, no, these dudes weren't doing that before, man. I'm surprised they played that long.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they're limping these days. I can understand that because you just running for your whole life. But it's just like the health and shit. And that's the thing with Zion. People so hard on Zion because he can't play.
Right.
And he out of shape. These motherfuckers eating a fish fillet, a large fry, and a Coke. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna still give you 42 minutes.
Yeah, like this.
I just smoked 3 cigars before this, and I'm about to give you 40 minutes right here.
I think that's why I own him like that. I think that's why I fuck with Jokic, man. Jokic, like, I'm gonna eat like a whole hoagie and then give you like 20, 28, 12, and 8 assists. Like, you know, and it ain't shit you can do it. 41 minutes play. I'm shooting 13.
Cold cut special. Yeah. Right before you bust your ass. A pastrami special.
Yeah. He just like, and now it's like they said LeBron got a vent. Like, he get treatment as soon as he leave the game on his legs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this man, like, Jordan ain't start lifting weights to like 90. Till he was losing. Yeah. He lost to the Pistons 3 straight years. It was like, man, you know, I should do a push-up. Like, I should do a bench press. And that was that. If he started lifting weights in 8, like,
college, he did all that. He was just running. He was all filthy nigga shit. He was just running.
Jackson and Herschel Walker, man. It was like, yeah, no, I just did like push-ups, curls, and ran the football. Like, that was all. Like, that was all the. Huh? What you?
Yeah, so they got this cat in the UFC, Francis Ngannou. He's heavyweight. He's from Cameroon. Okay. And he grew up working in the sand mine. So this motherfucker is 10 years old digging out mines. Like, so now he's in the UFC knocking everybody out because when he was 8, from 8 to 16, he had to dig a fucking 40-foot hole in the ground
with his bare fist.
With his fist and a wooden shovel. Like, of course, you're going to get your ass whipped when he's stepping there with you. I had to do this shit for 10 years as a kid.
I think that's the funny, when they ask people, like they ask people from overseas, it's like, you know, what did this challenge mean to you, you know, overcoming? And they were like, man, like, I grew up, like, I lived on top of a bomb. Like, like none of my family had legs. I ain't have dinner until I was 12. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the NBA finals really not blowing me. Like,
it's not nothing. Dude, these first world problems we got, like, I get mad. If the internet go out, I'm gonna be pissed for the rest of the day.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Madden running slowed out. I can't win, man. I want to kill myself. Like, I just. And they be like, so what do you, Luka, what did you think? He's like, man, I didn't see a real basketball until I was 15. Like, it's all gravy now.
Imagine these cats like Hakeem Olajuwon, who came in the 80s.
Yeah.
You coming from, I don't know, Hakeem, you coming fresh from a hut.
And man, like, took him off the soccer field, like, literally. Like, hey, you, biggin', you get over here.
That's that. It's crazy, man. A lot of these countries do, like, you know, I've been overseas. I wouldn't. This place is shitty, but it's a lot less shitty than most other places. It's a lot less shitty.
Like, where?
I'll be real. It's not like in Europe. Like, I went to Italy.
Okay.
And if I grew up in Italy, if I had that internet out there, then I wouldn't be mad. But the kind of speed and convenience I'm used to here. And then going out there and everywhere I need a Wi-Fi code. This don't work. I just can't do it, man.
And they don't even register. Like, they just don't even care.
Yeah. I just can't do it, man. No internet. No internet? What?
Nah.
I gotta live like this?
I was like, listen, the Rona, the pandemic sucked. If this shit happened in like 1990 instead of 2020, boy, it'd been World War III, dog. It'd been husbands and like, folk would have just slaughtered their whole family. Ain't no internet, ain't no Hulu. Like, you can't watch, like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no getting away from nobody. Y'all all got to sit in the same room, watch the same TV, watch the same.
These youngers don't understand, dog.
Outside, dog. Yeah, watch the same.
Outside all day.
Watch the same homeboys in outer space, man. And the father come home and kill his family, and everybody wonder why. He ain't got no internet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody stand a chance. She was gonna kill him first.
And you got 25 channels. You got no internet, don't even exist yet. And your phone doesn't even have call ID. You got this. So you picking up calls.
You got 25 channels. 9 of them is news, though. And 4 of those is local news. Like, I know what's going, like, how many cities do I, like, it's raining. Like, I get it. I'm gonna be late to work. I get it. Now you got 4 channels of the weather, and you got Wheel of Fortune, man. For 6 months, 8 months with your family, man.
Yeah, it wasn't fun days, man. Like, I was talking about one of my coworkers, and we was talking about like 2006. We were cavemen. 2006, smartphones and shit. We didn't have this in 2006.
I was playing
I had a Nokia.
Snake on the phone, in 2006.
Yeah, blocks fucking Snake.
Listen, and that shit was cut. You get like a little ringtone, the boop 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 doop doop. That like that shit was cutting edge, man. The little
yeah,
the poly.
I had the monotone ringtone.
Yeah,
I bought the monotone.
Yeah, that like
Yayo, so seductive ringtone.
Get your ring back tone, man. You think you hot shit, and now it's
man.
It's like my nephew has like 5G in his hand, like at all times. That's like
I don't mind the ringback tones. I remember that. I was kind of fly. I never had one.
I didn't need
kind of fly. I have one.
It might be time to bring them back, man.
Yeah, it might be time. I used to call like my older cousins all had one, and I'd be like, "Yo, you don't even need to pick up the phone. I'm grooving right now. You pick you fucking verse up."
Right? Yeah, I'll tell you when I see you. Just play the song.
I wonder who idea that was. That's a pretty good. That was a damn good idea. I don't know why that would go away.
Yeah, I feel like I get more calls now, like the potential spam and potential whatever. I need a ring back more now than ever.
Yeah, they be listening.
Hey man, I get called, and it's one of like they get slick, or they'll send you like a text. I'm getting so many texts now. I'll be like, "Hey, what's up, brother, man? This is Malcolm from the Black Man's Convention. Are you thinking about voting this year, my brother? If so, can you reply, stop, salam alaikum?" I'm like, hey, come on, man. Where y'all get my number from?
Malcolm, I'm getting these spam calls, dude. I don't know where these calls come from because we all get them.
That's what I'm saying.
How we all getting?
I just
I used to think it was just me. Yeah, everybody getting these motherfuckers.
I was like, even if everybody got bills, we ain't all got the same bills. You know what I'm saying? We ain't all getting the same exact something. They fucked up adding that potential spam. I ain't answered a phone call in like 4 weeks, man.
Now I don't. If my number, if the name not saved there, you can forget about it.
Listen, because
even the text, you knew. Send the text.
It's smart enough to that it'll say maybe somebody you know.
Yeah.
So if it ain't somebody I know, it'll be like this might be them. So okay,
this might be some fucked up shit you probably pick up.
Yeah, well, shit. Back then you don't know who the fuck is on the other. Your whole address and phone number was available in the phone book.
I mean, we had a rotary phone. My great grandma, she had the rotary shit. That shit took me all day to make a call, man. Because in New Orleans, we only had one area code, so I only had to do 7 digits.
Yeah.
And like in Houston, you got fucking 10 digits to remember. So I just remember fucking this 9. I remember my AT number was 943 1999. You ring it and wait till it go back, man.
Nobody thought of like the touch tone phone. I invented that was like, this is.
Let me pull this down and pull it back.
Yeah, let me crank it like an old car. Like,
let me just press the fucking button. How about that? That's a lot easier. Just like the brick phones,
like
the brick cell phones. Like, how is this mobile? How is this mobile for me when this bitch is like a sandwich? It's a hoagie. It is a hoagie.
Like, if you show me this shit, like somebody showed up for like 1970, just showed them phone, man. They would cut your head off, man. Dude. They would think you got like witchcraft technology.
And the fact that these phones have more technology in them than what sent motherfuckers to the moon.
Yeah,
is even crazy.
Nah, once they
don't do shit with it's a waste of technology, man.
It was either PS3 or PS4. They was like, this has the technology to set off a nuclear bomb. And I said, wait, what? Like, hold on. Why do we need that?
Yeah, this motherfucker be sounding like a helicopter here. Now I see what's going on. I see what the problem is.
Hey, man, this just sound like it's about to blow up.
I bet you they're doing that shit like Apple did to us, man. Well, not to us, to everybody else. You know, Apple got sued for purposely making speed slower when the new phone's about to come out.
I didn't know they got sued. I didn't know that. Yeah. Y'all can't tell me otherwise. I know the shit gets slower when
they're paying out a settlement right now. They're paying out settlements right now for new shit. They admitted they did it.
I ain't getting none of that scratch.
You wasn't the right nigga to sue, I guess. They paying out like
I got in with the wrong lawyer.
Hey man.
Now this shit does. I was like, y'all can't tell me otherwise. I know when the new shit come out, my phone start. Like I can't prove it, but y'all can't tell me otherwise. I know this shit, dude.
Yeah, they admitted it in court. I mean, the trial just ended, so they're doing all the settlement payouts right now. But I mean, yeah, they were doing that shit. I wouldn't be surprised because this PlayStation, I got the PS Pro, and it just started messing up. Well, it just started sounding like it's gonna lift off a couple months ago. It's brand new. This shit didn't sound like this.
Right.
It's brand new.
Nah, yeah, the math ain't. Are you getting the PS5 or Xbox?
Oh yes, sir. I'm getting both of them. I'm locked and loaded.
You already pre-ordered?
No, I'm just going to get them like I usually do. I just walk in and get them.
Yeah, that's what I thought about. I was like, I've never pre-ordered anything. I normally just like order or go get it. And now I was like, well, I don't know how to. I don't know if I'm going in anywhere to get anything. So
people pre-order because of Rona, but it's gonna be more than enough Xboxes. Xbox is made here.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
And PlayStation's gonna be more than enough PlayStations to just walk in and get one like I do every year.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't never had to wait. I just usually just go into a GameStop and I can just walk out with one. So I think I'm going to play. Is Xbox like? I've just been a PlayStation guy. Is Xbox supposed to be doing like anything new with their?
Well, since Xbox they're finally starting to use the infinite amount of money they have. So they're starting to buy.
Uncle Dennis opened up them pockets at Microsoft.
It's about goddamn time. So they're buying up different little small gaming companies. Like not the one they just bought was Bethesda, which is huge.
Okay, yeah, I know of them. Yeah.
So Bethesda made like Fallout and all the Elder Scrolls games, just big, huge games, and so they just completely bought them. That's like them not buying EA because EA is huge,
right?
But it's like them kind of like buying like EA back in like 2006 or something like that.
Okay.
Where they're not astronomical,
right?
At this point,
but they still pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, but Bethesda is huge, so Xbox is using their Game Pass system, which is they let you basically lease games. They give you a set of games that you can play. You pay like $15 a month. You play them unlimited, and the more the exclusives they buy, that's the more games you got to play. PlayStation has the same thing with PlayStation Now, but the games are not as good. The game's not nearly as good.
What type of games are? Because I know you be on Twitch and stuff. What type of games you stream and stuff?
Well, typically, I play a lot of Overwatch. Overwatch is it's just a super competitive game. It's the most competitive game I would play. I usually play that. I play Apex Legends. I just downloaded the Call of Duty game again. I don't really like it, but people like to see it, and I'm pretty good at it, so I'm gonna play it.
I'm fucking terrible at Call of Duty.
I mean, it's free, so that's why I don't mind.
Yeah.
Playing it, but I haven't played Call of Duty consistently in probably 10 years, dude. I've been off the big games for a while.
Like the last time I played it was probably 1920, and I was terrible then. I've tried this. I was like, I'm not even like sometimes like, okay, I'm bad. I can figure this out, or this is still entertaining. I'm like, I'm not having fun. I'm getting killed. This isn't fun. But I don't be having fun. Like, you play sports games or not really?
Nah, not really no more.
They're not good.
Nah, they're not good.
So it's like
Madden's not good. 2K is definitely not good.
No,
it's just the only thing.
Because it ain't no. It's literally no competition.
Nah,
for football or basketball. So it's like what the fuck? Like nobody has to try. Ain't no competition for baseball. Ain't no competition for. And the baseball game's solid. I will say that, but it's because they want to be. It ain't because they.
And that's just coming back. We didn't have a baseball game for a long time.
Yeah,
I think the show just came back in like 18 maybe.
Yeah, it ain't been back. Like I would kill for another college football on the PS5. That ain't gonna happen. Madden stinks.
2K. It's just the licenses, dude. I think a lot of these cats know their worth now, and I think that's probably not why we not getting another fight night.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's another one. I could use another fight night.
I think they should just make a fight night because I don't think we care if we playing with. I love Muhammad Ali. I don't give a shit if I get to pick Muhammad Ali in the next fight night or Mayweather.
I was like, I'm not buying it for that. Yeah,
you give me a name Bruce Ali, and I'm gonna still play. So yeah, the big games I'm just not. Sports games I'm not into. I watch it all day. The UFC game sucks.
That looked because people were telling me to look into that, and I was like, just from what I've seen, that looked the wrestling game, the WWE. I was like, that looked horrible too.
Yeah, the battleground game is horrible. I played it. It's bad.
Yeah, that looked horrible.
And the wrestling game thing is so confusing to me because the best wrestling games that we had came out 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And WCW Revenge and all those games, that came out in 1999. Just like, fucking remake those.
64? Nintendo 64? Yeah.
Just remake those. Because everything after sucks.
I saw it was like the cutscene or something. I was like, one, these graphics look terrible, and two, like this story looked worse than like the 2K. They try to make you like the number one player, but you. When's the last time? Like, have you ever really like played 2K, like into like the my player stories?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so
we do the share thing on Xbox, so I have it. I just don't like playing it.
Yeah, like the one this year, you go to college, and you in college, and your teammate get hurt, and they pull his scholarship, so you got to argue with Idris Elba, who is your coach, for some reason, about
what?
Yeah, he's not Idris Elba as your coach, but he's
I'm trying to process who you talk about. I'm like, wait, why is this?
Yeah, no, listen, it's Idris Elba as coach, like James Merriweather or some shit. It's like, why is he here? But he's your coach. You get kicked out of school. You have to kind of like fight. You have to choose to either like basically start taking meetings with like Rich Paul and work on your brand or work on your game. And I was like, well, just one time. I want a 2K story. Like, can everything break right for me? Like, I don't want, like, can I be Zion Wade? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a 5-star recruit. I go
bring me in as a big prospect and let me figure it out.
I go to the best college. I come in on the number one pick. It's like, what? No, things are great. I ain't playing like, I'm playing that to get away from this shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to go to practice on the video game. It's like, dog. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, you won't catch me playing. Man, even like the Madden seasons and live, or not live, 2K seasons. I don't even do that no more. Because motherfuckers be like, hey, man, you got to play your game. I'm like, man, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't feel like playing no game right now. No. I play a game when I feel like it.
Yeah, nah.
You forcing me? Oh, hey, man, we got to go skip the game. We got everybody here. I'm at work. Well, we got to skip it. Well, fuck. What am I playing?
Yeah, what you got to, like, I don't.
What you got to do? That's why I don't do that. That's why I just stopped. That's the only reason I play Madden. Because we would all have seasons together. It'd be like 6 of us playing together.
Right.
But then, everybody get grown and start working.
Right.
I remember somebody calling me at work, like, hey, man, what time you get off? I'm like, yo, I'm working a little OT today. I got to make some cash.
Right.
But
like, I can't play the Eagles tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to skip you and play a game. Okay, motherfucker, skip, press the buttons. You can skip
Understood.
Yeah. I leave from work. These checks is weak. That was 10 years ago. These checks was weak 10 years ago. I need as much OT as I can, player. I was working my ass off back then. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we used to have like we do like a fantasy draft on 2K, and everybody play your games. It's like, hey man, like it's your game 2 days straight, and it's like, bro, I have a job. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I would like to play that. Like, listen. It ain't that I don't want to play the video game. I like having lights. You know what I'm saying? Like, I much prefer that.
Light bill man don't give a shit about my fumbles. They don't care about Rona.
Yeah, like who won? Oh, Steph was on that bullshit. Yeah, no, 2K be cheap. Yeah, he ain't asking none of that shit, man.
Oh man, but that's why I just when I play, I play what I like to play. But I usually I'll take suggestions for people because you got to play what the people want.
Right.
But I won't go too far. Like I said, I don't play many AAA games. I don't do a lot of Madden and Live and all that stuff. I play a lot of RPGs because I get more out of it. Right. I can play them a lot more. And I like to focus on the free games and, just try to get – if I could tell people about free games and shit, that's what I like to do. If free games is good, that's perfect for everybody else.
Right.
Because we about to start getting charged 70 next gen. 70.
It ain't even – to me, it ain't even the 70. It's that you got it, like, again, for 2K and Madden – well, mostly 2K. If you paying 70 or whatever, and then you still got to pay.
Yeah,
it's like that's what killed. It's like, bro, I just paid the $5. Like, what do you mean? I just paid to get in the club, man. It's like, nah, man. It's another. You in the club, but it's another $50 if you want to hear the music.
You got to pay to have a drink.
Yeah, no, you want to have fun? Oh, you ain't say nothing about no fun. No, that'll cost you 75, nigga. Like that is. It's like, bro, I gotta buy. What was it last? They was charging VC for a haircut, man. Like you gotta, you gotta pay. Like, come on, man. Like if I pay this VC, it's not going to keep the 2K employees' families. Like you know, what it's not real. You understand?
He said for a haircut.
I swear to God, yeah, it was like, hey man, you want to fade? Hey, 100 VC, run it.
Like, no, hell no, man.
They ended up I think they did mid-year. They were like, okay, we see you, we hear you, we've noted the response. They was like, no, niggas ain't trying to pay 200 for a damn cut, man. Ronnie on that bull, bro. Like,
and what else they're doing is like with 2K. I want to know the people who didn't buy it on the next gen. You're not getting a free upgrade, so you just paid 60 for it.
Well, I think if you get the gold level or whatever, now you get the upgrade.
But gold level is that's a $70 one, right?
I think I thought it was like 100. I thought it was more than that.
Fuck, I gotta buy a super bundle for it to be able to pass over.
That's the only one because I saw they was trying to talk me into getting, like, if you buy the gold bundle 2K for PS4, you get the download for PS5, and if you wait and get it for PS5, you get the old for PS4. And it's like, well, if I buy it for PS5, why the fuck would I want it for PS4? Like I don't feel like y'all thinking logically with this. And it's like, if y'all told me the game trash, it ain't no new, like, it's been a pandemic. It ain't y'all's fault. But y'all ain't changed nothing before. Y'all ain't got the rookies' faces. It ain't been a draft. You know what I'm saying? What am I buy this game for? I'll probably get it like on next gen after they draft and whatever they got to update. But I ain't gonna buy this shit to play it twice. Nah.
But in the college update they put in, it's not an update. That was in the old 2K. That was in like 16 or something like that. So they putting in shit that was in other games and putting in new ones as new features. And that's why I don't do the big games like that, and that's why I try to stay away from that stuff because it's just fucking us over. It's everything is to fuck us over. To me, at this point, everything is made for us to spend money mindlessly and then buy it again the next year with no thought process at all, and we do it anyway. So,
well, I was like, honest to God, I was like, this is the year I'm putting my foot down. Like it was a Madden code. I was like, so I didn't pay for it. And I was like, I'll tell y'all. I was like, if it's good, I'll tell y'all. But if it's bad, I'll tell y'all. And I was like, it's not good. This shit stink. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money on this. And they were like, buy 2K. It's like, people said it's not good. Like, this is why would they change? Why would they ever change? And it's like, I'll probably get it for new generation. But if it don't look like good for that, then I might just be like, that'll just be the 2K I had. I just got 2K21 for PS5. And that's just the last 2K I got for that. I'll play different games going forward, but.
And that's how they get casuals. They just throw new shiny graphics. Yeah. If the game looks better, people think the game is better, but the games don't change at all. It just looks better. But the games are supposed to look better because this ain't 1997 no more. The games they're gonna look better either way.
Right.
There's a lot of beautiful games that play trash. That happens all the time. Anthem came out in like April, February, one of the best looking games ever. A week after it came out, nobody played it, and it was hyped up for like 2 years.
It just wasn't.
The game has to be good.
Sense or something, or what?
Huh?
Like it just didn't make sense, or like the gameplay, or like what do you?
The gameplay sucked. It was a terrible game, but it looks amazing. No Man's Sky. I don't think there's a better looking game I've seen, but they fucked that game up for probably 4 or 5 years now. Right. They added updates into the game that was in a trailer 7 years ago.
Multiple.
They're just putting that in the game. I bought it at release for $60. It just became a playable game last week.
After a 45 gigabyte update, after it took you 12 days, that's like I download the game. This shit. How was the patch called bigger than the damn game? What was wrong?
I don't know how they figured. That's what happens when they put out a game that's not complete. Yeah. Because I seen the first Call of Duty update and I seen the 2K update. It's like 58 gigs. What the fuck? What is 58 gigs?
It's gonna take all month to down. Like what? That's a whole new game,
dude. That's like 2 games.
Yeah.
Who needs 58 gigs worth of updates? What am I updating?
That's how Madden had one. Madden had a 4-hour update a couple weeks ago that added Kaepernick and didn't really fix any of the other shit wrong with it, but it added Kaepernick, and that's when I was like, this is like video games in a nutshell. So they could like tweet about like, hey, here's Kaepernick, and you can do like the fist celebration. And it's like, what about people shit not saving, glitches? And they're like, here's Colin Kaepernick. Y'all like Colin Kaepernick? Y'all like that? He wear number 7. Y'all remember that? Like,
yeah, nigga, take this. They threw the towel at you. Take this. Nigga.
Huh? Yeah. Huh?
Y'all want it?
Yeah. You like that? Yeah.
Smaller brothers, man. And 2K pushed Live out of the spot because NBA Live was doing that. They was complacent. Yep. They didn't upgrade the game. The games was terrible. Yeah. 2K comes back.
Because 2K was hungry. Yeah.
And then Live don't even come out. Live skips years now. That's how bad Live is now. They skipped 2 years. And 2K is doing the same thing Live did, which is just saying complacent. And it doesn't matter because that $70 gonna come through every year.
It's the same with like Madden. Like Madden was good, and then Madden was coasting, and then NFL 2K came along. NFL 2K was fire. Like fucking fire. One of the best games, yeah, like ever. And Madden like stepped their shit back up, and they was like, we can step our shit up, or we could just buy the license. Let's just buy the license.
Yeah.
And that was it. And Madden been trashed for 15 years. Like, and we still be like, yeah, win that. Yeah, well, no, $70. Yes, please. Yeah, come on.
It look awful every time. It look worse and worse every time I see it.
Man.
It look worse and worse every time I see it. And that's what I say about UFC, because when you play other games and you know what gaming is capable of, and then you see UFC, which looks sloppy. People when they punch you, their hand might get stuck in your face. Like, come on, man. What is this, man? Am I toothpaste? Well, why is all these stupid stuff and stupid things going on? You know,
every 2K, like, they just be sweatier. That's really it. Just be whoever the new, like, now is Zion. He be sweaty. He be dunking and sweaty.
Glisten him up a little more.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Hey, look, it's LeBron James Jr. dunking. He's shiny. Like, that's just. And people still be like, no, hear myself. Yeah, VC for shoes, absolutely.
And you probably spend at least another 60 on VC. You gonna buy the game at least 2 to 3 times on top of buying the game.
Well, it's one of those. That's how they get. I think they just realized, like, hey, if you gonna pay it, we'll get you up front. Like, I'll just pay for the deluxe. That's $100 one time. It come with the game. It come with $100K VC or whatever. Get you on a fast track start. Because if you start, with nothing, you ain't gonna have fun in the game for like 4 months. Like, I ain't have fun in weeks.
And who did that? The Star Wars game, Battlefront. When they came out with Part 2, all the things we got free in Part 1, they put it behind a paywall in Part 2. So playing with Luke Skywalker and all these motherfuckers, I don't really know them like that, but I like the game. I don't really know Star Wars.
Right.
But you could play with them for free. And then you come into the second game and you got to grind for them. So they came with the game, and then the grind, because they got in trouble. They're the ones that got sued in France for EA got sued in France for like illegal gambling with the loot boxes and stuff. They consider it gambling. Because let's say if you pay for a loot box, right? You pay for, the subscription services. If I pay for a loot box and they deliver it to me, I know what's in the box.
Right.
With the game loot boxes, you pay, let's say, $10 for 10 loot boxes, and they're all random. That's not even real gambling. At least when I bet on a game, I'm betting on win or losing.
Right.
When you gamble on a loot box, you got 100 different items you can put in that come out. So I'm paying for anything that comes with the game. Any option. So it was kids doing it in France. So that's why the Senate in France like sued EA and a whole bunch of stuff, because they consider it gambling. Because you don't know what's in the box.
Because they care about their citizens.
They actually care about it. Yeah, they took their ass to court.
Imagine,
But I mean, and when it gets to the point where games are getting taken to court, you got a problem.
Yeah, I wish they'd take Madden to court, bro. They put this Madden, another one, but the story they put in it get worse and worse. Like the story for the court, why can't it just be the start? Why can't it be Andrew Luck, man? I just want to be like, man, nah, this guy's it. He the best product we ever seen, man. No red flag. In this one, you go with it. You got a kid, you play with a white receiver, or you play with a white quarterback. You end up taking his job at quarterback. he got a bad heart. You find out he got like a congenital heart defect. They go into all this on the game for some reason. For some reason, because this is what I want to see on Madden. And eventually, he ended up going to the same college you go to. The coach ended up picking him to start. So you got to either go pro, go to running back, or wide receiver. And I was like, this is racist as shit. Like, I'm trying to play the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could watch if I just want to see race, I would turn on the NFL and watch them say that Lamar Jackson should be returning kicks. Right? They're like, it's like, okay, you can go pro, or you can switch to one of them running positions, Blackie.
Did somebody want Lamar to be a safety or some shit?
Bro, Bill Paul, dude, that like, that's why, like, that's the crazy part. Like, Bill Polian, they're like the Colts, the Super Bowl winning, like the Colts, it was not a dynasty, but they was good for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, a good football mind was like, yeah, I don't think that guy can do, like, was like, huh? Yeah, I don't know about him.
Yeah. Man, these boys, man, I don't be knowing what be going on, man. I don't know, man. It's just a lot of, I don't know, man. This year's been so crazy. It's been so hilarious. It's been so pathetic. It's been every single far emotion, like the deepest part of any emotion.
Yeah, I agree.
Extreme emotions of every emotion all year. And you see it out of everybody. You see it on TV. You see it in person. You see it with family. You see it with yourself. Like, Jesus Christ. And then 2021. I don't know what we got to look forward to besides a fresh oven, some fresh hell to step into.
Man, that should be welcome. It's just one of those, like, okay, everybody's thinking like, hey, man, we just got to get through 2020. It's like, bro, I think it was the Spanish flu lasted like 13 years, man. Like, it's just one of those, like, we not saying this will, but at the time, it was a nigga that had to spend, like, bro, we're going to be out of this on like on other, we just got to get through winter, man. Bro, that shit lasted.
They were praying their ass off, too. Bro, they couldn't do no book
like 13 in Chicago, man. That's how long the Spanish, that was the whole. That's how long the Spanish flu was around. So until he retired, like the second time, that's when the Spanish flu was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that's a long ass time, man.
And we what did shit start? February, March. We 8 months. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah. And it's probably gonna kick back up when because of just regular flu season.
Yeah, I thought it was like kick back up. I was like, regular flu season probably hurt. I was like, I hope it being cold will keep people in the house. Like, hope if shit's just cold, hopefully people that.
Like, we got 3 major holidays coming up. We got the 4 most major holidays ever.
Oh man, Rona gonna be doing numbers on Thanksgiving, boy.
These are the 4 most interactive holidays we got, and they're all at the end of the year. We got Halloween. People will still have Halloween parties. You know that.
Oh, that's a given, man. People just gonna put a mask on top of their whatever, like.
Who skipping Thanksgiving?
Yeah, in
Christmas and New Year's. Who's staying inside? Who quarantining for New Year's? New Year's Eve. Ain't a lot of motherfuckers. I am. But it won't be
man, I might be open. I might pick one of them and go. I might go home for Thanksgiving, like one of the 4.
Yeah, you're gonna catch me Thanksgiving. I go.
Halloween, I gotta pick one. Man. But listen, New Year's, bro, go to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be like February, and they're gonna be like, somehow this shit has tripled in the past like 4 since October 31st.
It's not gonna go away, dog. It's not gonna go away. And I get it. I get the people at a certain age, they just breeze through it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I understand that.
Right.
But like anybody that's like 55 plus, I mean, the country just said a gigantic fuck you. If you over 50, nobody gives a fuck.
Like you said, you had a good run, man. Like y'all seen Eisenhower and all that. Like y'all.
If you over 50, if you have an autoimmune disease, if you had cancer before, you got 1 kidney, you got messed up kidneys.
It's
nobody cares.
If you can't ride a roller coaster, that's what, like, the shit they put on. If you over if you're not over 5'2", if you're pregnant, if you got a bad back, if you got a trick knee, like one of them things, like you cannot, like you should not get this shit right here.
You can't get it.
And I'm just thinking, like at the end of it, in 2-3 weeks, it's gonna be people handing out candy to kids, and there's gonna be people that let their kids take candy.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. Like they're gonna. I'm at like I just now I can't stop thinking about how filthy things we normally did. Well, like think about how filthy Halloween was, man.
Yeah, it's pretty filthy.
Like you,
I used to have I had the same holder for like 3 years straight.
yeah,
this old ass bright orange pumpkin one.
Yeah, I feel like
with the black handle.
Glow in the dark.
Go neighborhood to neighborhood. I don't think I had a costume. I had school
for Halloween.
I had Dickies on. Dickie pants and shirt.
He Avon Barksdale for Halloween.
Shit.
But like I'd be thinking, like you would just get, I mean, just a handful of germ. You just go home, just dump it out on the table, and just like eat, just go crazy, man. Like,
oh man,
Rona. I think about the arcade. I was like, man, we used to go to the arcade,
touching everything,
bro. Like they ain't wiped off the fucking Rampage joystick since like '92.
Everybody dapping each other up. You know, motherfuckers don't wash their hands. We adults don't wash their hands right. So I already knew we was like 15. It was disgusting, motherfuckers. Because I see adults in their 50s that don't wash their hands.
Don't even think about it.
Straight out the door. Yeah, I mean, it'd be so funny. Like I wash my hands, you see somebody leave the urinal and just walk straight out there.
Yeah. I feel like I see that shit most. I feel like I notice it most at the airport. I'd be like, "Come on, everybody at the airport, you get you something to eat or drink. You can wash your damn hands at the airport. The filthiest place alive, man. Airport and bowling alley.
That's nasty.
I wouldn't dare.
We had phone booths.
Huh?
We had pay phones and shit back in the day. All this nasty shit.
Yeah, you just put your ear up to a phone. You don't know like what.
It's all right here. Look, the phone right here on the side of your ear. It's like this.
Look, your ear and your mouth. Like,
oh man, the worst two places to get fucking random germs.
That's what, like bowling alley. I was like, they ain't clean the inside of a bowl. You sticking your hand inside a petri dish, man. You might as well like stick your hand inside a chemistry set. You don't know what's in a bowling ball.
And you know how many athletes' foot toes have been in them fucking same shoes too. The shoes. All the shoes been in there at least 10 plus years. Easy. You never seen a fresh bowling shoe.
Yeah, you ain't never been like, oh shit. Y'all just re-up. Y'all just gotta them same red and blue with the little tan stripe. Hey, them the worst shoes in the world. Like them not even as a new shoe, those stink.
Man, this shit is horrible, man. Hold on.
Like
maneuver.
I just can't, like, I just be thinking about stuff like that now. I was like, man, the arcade. I was like, ain't no way my mother should have let me in no arcade, man. Go touch and play every game.
Like 13 and shit, man.
Yeah, go touch and play every game. Go get something to eat. Go right back to the arcade with cinnamon icing on your hands and get a slice of pizza. Go right back to playing fucking skee ball. It's just a cesspool, man. Hey, they ain't wiping them shits down. Like, come on, bro.
Ah, shit. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me grab.
No, you good.
My damn choker. I'm gonna break everything in here. But I was talking to my mama about that. Actually, she used to drop us off at a little place called the New Orleans Center, and it's like right next to the Superdome.
Okay.
And we would go in there and we had arcades and all that stuff in there. And she would just kind of leave us there. It would be like 6 of my cousins. And she'd be like, all right, we'll see y'all later. Like,
I'll be back at like 4, like, or whatever. Yeah.
Like, y'all was on like 6 hours. In New Orleans by ourselves, 13 years old.
Yeah, man.
And in New Orleans, of course. Yeah, that's why they made sure to get them.
It was just
my God.
It was. Uh-oh.
Hey, my bad, man. What the
No, you
hell?
good.
I'm sorry.
No, you
But
good.
she dropped us off, man, in New Orleans.
Mm.
Well, the project is gone now, but
Yeah.
so the Superdome right here, 3 blocks away, you got the Iberville project. So it literally, you got the projects in the middle of the tourist spots in New Orleans.
Right.
So we got the 4 walls right here, and the 6th wall is probably 2 more blocks away. You got 2 major projects.
You just
Right
in
there.
the middle.
In the middle of downtown New Orleans, so that's why I knew
For
this
hours at a time, yeah.
Dude, living there, and we used to be there every weekend,
Having fun,
and arcade is just the filthiest. The controllers, the ass grabbing, touching, crotch adjusting, and then you get right back.
Wipe their nose, get back on the hand like that. The Papa Shop ball, like yeah.
Yeah, man, it's just been, I don't know, man. This whole year's been super wild, dog. It's been super wild. I talked to my mom and my grandma. I'm like, do y'all remember anything like this? It's like, man, not even close. Just the quarantining part.
Yeah.
Just the part of not being around family.
Right.
For it to be dangerous to be around family.
Right.
For extended periods of time, it's just, I don't know, it's just rough, man.
I think that's like the two different things. Like one, noticing like, I get knock on wood, I haven't experienced it, but like people that like if you've lost somebody during this time, you can't even really like because you can't be near your people like that. You can't
do anything.
People going to like funerals on YouTube like that. That ain't how the game's supposed to go.
Yeah, we had to do FaceTime.
Yeah,
we had to do FaceTime.
Yeah, I've seen people had to do like FaceTime, like somebody in the hospital say they last goodbyes or whatever. So I never.
And only like 11 people could be there. Like so you got 10, 11 people outside, and they had the social distance, and then somebody hold up a phone and FaceTime everything. So
yeah,
it's just not fair. It's not fun. It's not. You can't celebrate. We do second line. We can't even celebrate anybody's death. Them being in a better place or being away from whatever pain it. You can't do.
You can't do shit, dog.
Just die and that's it. We just move on.
Yep. Like that, and once I started seeing like that like when the NBA owners and stuff was like copping pleas trying to get bailouts, I was like, oh, billionaires are down bad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy,
Lakers.
we are
Lakers.
fuck.
Lakers.
Any other shit that go on, man? Like I don't know none of that shit changed. Once the Lakers was like, hey man, like if y'all could just give us like a small crumb of that money, man. I said the Lakers, dog. Yeah. The Lakers applied for a loan. It's
billionaire operation. Billions and billions of dollars every single.
They print money, man. Like they family business is the Lakers. Genie and how many brothers? Like that's their family. They didn't take over their dad's doctor's office.
It ain't a bakery.
Law firm, yeah, bakery. Yeah. They don't play guitar, like you know what I'm saying. They ain't start playing in the band. They just started working for the Lake. Like that's just
I got an 85 Plymouth when I graduated high school.
Right. And they just got, it's like,
they got the Lakers.
Yeah, here's 22% of the Los Angeles in 1988. Like Magic Johnson in his prime, dude. Like you couldn't have a hotter ticket on earth. And here, this is our family business.
Yeah, I seen it, but the Lakers got like 4 million, like 4 million. And when they got caught, they try to, we'll give it back.
Right.
What you apply for in the first place?
Yeah. Listen, if you need it, take it. Like, don't. You was playing the game, you got caught. Just like, who was it? Philly. Like Philly wasn't gonna pay their workers and stuff till like Embiid said he was gonna pay him, and then it was like, okay, all right, like, come on, like that's embarrassing, man. I think Zion did some shit like that. Zion was like, I'll offer and they were like, okay, I guess I was like, man, he's 19, 20, 22-year-old, like, and this is how the game worked.
And then the thing with the Pelicans, Benson, she was offended. When they said Zion did it, it was like, well, why didn't she do it? Well, she's like, well, we do this and we do. Man, bitch, just give up the money. People gotta work.
Yeah.
People gotta work. They can't work. They gotta pay their bills.
Right.
Do what y'all do. I mean, I know
you keep please, man. Just do it or don't. Like,
the least you can do is run $1 billion corporation and treat people okay. That's the least.
Listen.
The least.
Listen, Jeff Bezos disagree because he's like the least. He's like, I can run $1 billion. He's like, and I'll treat people like garbage. And that's like,
that boy got some cake, man. He real Lex Luthor, man. He got some bread on. He got some real bread on him, man.
He the first person ever with $200 billion.
It's got some real bread on him, man. That's crazy, man.
And it's so like I don't. Like in other people's pocket, like people should or should not do this or that with their money or whatever. But it's like, hey man, come on. Like you worth $200 billion and you paying $700 in taxes, man. Come on, dog. Like what? Yeah. That's where I get mad. That's where I'm like, hey, what the hell, man? But that boy Bezos got 200. They said that man made like $50 billion during the pandemic. He's like, listen, things been going great for Jeff. Like y'all been down bad, but
how much? Yeah.
I hate
How
to
do
hear
you rack it up like that, man? Jeez.
He gave
50 billion in a.
It's like something. His net worth has increased absurdly during the pandemic, like tremendously, and it's like awesome. This is awesome. Meanwhile, and they like cut.
Wish it was me.
Hey, listen, that's what I was like. Hey, who am I to say?
Hey, I know capitalism is wrong, but I'll take a check.
I was gonna say, listen, let me have the seed of $1 billion Amazon idea, and I'll be like, listen, I don't think they should eat lunch either. No, no. Listen, you tell me they want benefits. No.
Better do them like Trump told them to do it. Get some of that Lysol, some of that bleach, put it directly in the veins. You won't feel safe. You better inject it, motherfucker.
Listen, he was looking like he tried it, so I think he talking the talk and walking the walk.
They pumped him with so many drugs. All them drugs that say he took, dude. No wonder he was feeling like. No wonder he had them razor blades coming out of his skin. All that shit he took in that short span. If he took all that, if this is all real, if he took all of that, that boy's in trouble.
He thought
that boy's in trouble.
56 nice future, man. Like that boy just zanned up to the limits. Just he don't know where he at. He just standing on the White House lawn, just on cloud 12. And they just like, no, look at him. Isn't he fine? And then he's like, I am dying.
He's more orange than usually. He was like a Peking duck out there. He was like fresh duck.
Like, yeah, man, he went to salute, man. It took like every single bit of energy he had to get that arm like all the way up. Man, I just want that notification. That's just that notification.
It'd be a pretty strong 2020.
I was gonna say,
it'd be pretty strong. It'll finish out pretty nice.
You talk about a season finale, bro. Like you talk about like just you talk about wrapping the season up. Like, hey man, the whole season was cool. I don't like none of the characters. The plot ain't make sense. And then you see the finale, it's like, I get it. They killed off the bully. I get my God. Great season.
Yeah, gotta go.
Yeah.
This motherfucker gotta go, man. I don't know what's. You know what I don't get? I don't get how poor anybody could relate to him, because he's not a people's guy. He's not that type of guy. He's not a rags to riches story. He's a dude that was already rich and went broke several times and still kind of figured out a way to stay even, just kind of like he's doing now. He's finding a way to kind of stay afloat. And I just don't get it. I don't see how racist white people can find him appealing, besides him getting to say whatever you want.
I was gonna say, I think that's exactly it.
Freedom of speech. Just because he can say everybody else getting canceled, he not, so it's all gravy.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Even then, like the people that saying cancel, I was like, what? Like, show me. I ain't saying it don't exist. I'm just saying, show me somebody that got canceled.
Well,
right,
it's motherfuckers getting canceled, but it's not as bad.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you talking about, like, were you canceled, or was it consequences for your actions?
It was,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you took it on the chin and you bounce back later, I don't think you were like you wasn't canceled. You took consequences for your action.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, who's like canceled? Only person I remember, if you remember when Chrisette Michele performed at Trump inauguration. Listen. That bitch got canceled. Listen, there was no doubt about it. That was it's fucked up, but that's the one time I'm gonna perform anyway. And
she's looking up plum food.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Fuck you," and I ain't heard it. Respect. I hope she doing well. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, if that's canceling, it may be too extreme. There's people doing worse than that, but like outside of that, it's like, hey, Cosby got canceled. No, this nigga got arrested. Like, he didn't get canceled. He got Louis C.K. He didn't get canceled. He messed up. Like, he didn't get arrested. He messed up. Like,
Cosby had like 55 counts. Like 55 counts. One count is more than enough. 55 over the course of how many years? 50 years, 60 years? For anybody to think, let me process common sense. For anybody to think that 55 counts concludes anything except guilt, I don't know what to tell you, player.
It's the Chappelle shit. He's like, okay, if you don't think he did 55, how many of them you like 25, 26? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many?
You still did it. Like,
yeah, what's an acceptable number you saying? If you will, like, look, 55 is crazy. He only did 32, 33 max. Like, that's 20 plus. So it's like Roseanne was talking like bullshit online. They pulled her show. Did she get canceled, or did she suffer consequences? She'll be all right. Like,
still rich.
Yeah,
still filthy rich.
She gonna be. So I don't.
Still filthy rich.
That ain't to me. That's canceled.
To me, one of the most genius things Chappelle said about Cosby was the superhero thing.
Yeah.
Like, because when I first heard the Cosby stuff, I automatically thought he did it because nobody, the Cosby Show was too hokey for me. Like, lawyers and doctors, like, I know you like positivity here, but come on, like, I gotta sell a little dope.
I felt that way about Fresh Prince. I was like, okay, like, this is definitely fantasy, but I'm still a lawyer and a professor. Okay, all right, but
and then you see what he did for the Black community in the 60s, all the surveys he would put up, and all the stuff Chappelle talk about. And then for a dude like that, I can see R. Kelly. He just a nigga that made music. That's different. And and all of the all the allegations are definitely serious. I definitely take all of them seriously. But I mean, what they did, what Cosby did in the 60s, besides obviously serial rape, he used to do a lot of positive shit on the outside.
Yeah.
So I can understand why people in his circle immediately
could
have just kind of taken it different.
Yeah.
But 55 counts of anything.
That.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and say you did that shit.
Listen, somebody come to you was like, hey man, your mama got 55 counts of robbery. It's like, my mama? It's like, but 55 counts, though. I mean,
Mama did that.
You know, like, hey, like, shit. Who was, when they said Machine Gun Kelly got punched 56 times in the chest? I said, 56?
Even if it's half, that's a lot.
Hey, man, like, somebody was keeping, somebody had a counter.
That's the quick
chest in the potted meat.
That's the Ip Man punches. When he just hit you real fast. That's the Ip Man punches on your ass. You'll never know what's going on.
I was like, boy, listen, I ain't saying I can't be punched 56 times, but I also say this: I gotta blow up the building in it. Anybody that saw me get punched 56 times. I think both can be true.
Yeah, you definitely got. Somebody gotta pay the consequences.
I was gonna say,
if I can punch that many times with no get back.
I can't protect myself against the person punching me 56 times, clearly. But somebody finna catch a hot one, man. Like something, I'm finna get even on somebody. Oh, Machine Gun, he walked out there and just caught him a hot one on somebody. Just even the score on him.
Fucking Machine Gun Kelly. He got power bombed off a fucking stage in wrestling too. You see that shit? He made a little tour on wrestling. And he power bombed him. You remember how Bubba Ray power bombed that old lady off the stage? That's how he got power bombed.
That's how they. He's like 122 pounds, man. That could have killed him.
Yeah, it looked like he killed his ass too. He got folded. He got his ass folded across that table.
That's the shit that I'll never get that. And as I get old, I'll be like, why the fuck was Shane McMahon jumping off like the Jumbotron? That man was worth like $5 billion, man. Like he was the heir to to Coca-Cola. Like might as well be Coca-Cola, man. To Walmart. Like, you know what I'm saying? He
jump off that bitch with no prize.
This man jumping off the top of the cage. He jumping off the top of he fighting wrestlers. I'm like, like you don't have to do. Hey man, you don't have to do that.
That's stupid, man. That's stupid. Dude, wrestling being so fake and so real and fake, and like that's what makes it so interesting to me because it's like real stories of these dudes going out in bars back when it was real, when people thought it was real in like the 80s.
Right.
And these dudes having real life bar fights.
Yeah.
Because people see them on TV and they think they're a tough guy. And they're like, okay, you a tough guy? Well, we gonna see.
Yeah, wrestling
beat the shit out of everybody in the bar.
Ric Flair put 37 beer bottles over your head. Like
it's a story with Haku, who was one of when he bit a nigga nose off. He bit somebody's nose clean off.
Like at a club or like in a fight?
Thing, in the ball, yeah. So
he was he's Samoan or something, right?
Huh?
Was he Samoan?
Yeah, he's Samoan.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think I'm thinking of the right cat. Yeah.
So back in the day,
Zeke the plumber.
Cash used to think he was black, so they used to call him the N-word with the ER on it. So when he'd go to bars and shit, he could call it the N-word.
Hard.
He didn't take it personal because he wasn't black, but he took it personal because he knew they was trying to disrespect him.
Right.
By just calling him that outright.
Right. You think I am, so yeah.
So he definitely took a nigga nose with him that night to the hospital in his mouth. Old school, we talking gorilla shit. This is different.
Like moving forward, how do you like, you know, a black eye, broken arm? You can explain those at the office. You come back Thursday, like y'all seen Marcus, man? Like, what happened to him? I ain't gonna say it. When you see him, just don't say nothing.
He took the fat off his face. Took the fat off his nose. The bulb,
like bacon off his back, man. And nigga just show up with no nose on Monday morning, man. Like, what happened with you? Like, man, I thought shit was sweet. And Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig put one on me, dog. Like, he laid me out, man. So learn my lesson. Lost my nose, but learned my lesson. I ain't know you bit a nigga's.
Yeah, he bit a nigga's nose off. He went to jail. He went to jail for it. Well, they called like 6 cops in, and he beat all the cops up. And they had to call like the police force, like real shit. Because Haku and Barbarian, all the wrestlers from the 80s, all concede that they're the toughest dudes to ever live. Period. Nobody's ever close. They never lost a fight. They beat up 10 people at a time between 2 of them. So dudes would just walk up to them since they're the toughest,
right,
and try to get their stripes in.
And just walk out and don't have no nose.
You do better trying to fight a nigga. He might not go bite your nose off.
Honest to God, man, I think I'd rather be shot than have you bite my. I'd rather be like, I'm not even kidding, man. Hey, just run the 45 on me, man. Do not bite my nose.
Because he had to rip that motherfucker off.
That's
too.
what I'm saying. Ain't
rip it off.
You can get, you know what I'm saying? You might take one in the arm. Not that I want to, you know what I'm saying? But ain't no, like, they know you're not rolling with a punch to take your nose off. Like, you're not, nah. If I seen, what if you was at the club? If you was at the bar, was like, look, like they about to fight, and you just seen it. He just said, just bit his whole nose off.
It's time to go.
Yeah,
it's time to go. We're trying to roll. It's time to roll.
Listen, you just put down a bill, be like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Just keep
somebody off the bad salts. It's time to go.
Like, did he just bite? I think he just bit his nose. Yeah, I'm gonna get my coat. Yeah.
Somebody off them salts, man. It's time to roll.
This ain't my type of speed.
Because how much blood is gonna be coming out? First of all, off the front of your nose. It's you. So you done mess up the whole bar experience by getting beat up. By messing up everybody's time, by getting blood all over the place, first of all.
Yeah.
And now your nose gone, second of all. And now you're at the hospital, and it's like 1986. So what they give you? Some gum? They chew some gum up?
They give you like half a Tylenol, and they hot glue that shit back to your face. It tell you like, don't.
Some Mrs. Doubtfire shit, where they put some makeup on it. Like, what you supposed to do in 86?
You just wore a nose connected to the glasses and mustache. So that was just your life from now. What happened to you? Nothing. What you mean? This is just my regular nose.
Yeah, the old wrestling stores, dude. That's the most fascinating thing about wrestling is back when people thought it was real in the 70s and 80s when they thought it was real shit, and they used to try to try him. And like when Shawn Michaels got beat up, he got beat up and fired because one of the rules was if you fight somebody, you got to win because you're on TV.
Yeah.
So he fought somebody and got his ass whooped, and then he got fired. Imagine that.
That's tough.
Imagine getting your ass beat and thrown through a window, and then they fire you.
Imagine like if you Shawn Michaels, you like, hey man, like he drunk, he talking shit. I'm probably about to handle him, and he just clean you up, dog. He just eat the sweet chin music, and he just hit you with a couple up top, man. He just come back a couple of hard slaps across the chest, man.
He grabbing his hair. He got his hair balled up in one hand and punching him with the other. Jesus Christ!
Oh man, he sent him off the ropes. My man Earl Hebner ready with the dirtiest count. Referee. One, I think they too famous now, but yeah, wasn't nobody gonna run up on The Rock, man? Like,
no.
It just wasn't. It wasn't wise, and it also wasn't. Like he was superstar. Like Ric Flair, like what 6'1", 6'2"? Ric Flair ain't no like.
No, Ric Flair's actually. I think he's short. I think he's like 5.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's one of those. Like you see the Rock in the club. He's 6'5", 6'6". You see Ric Flair. He like 5'11". You like, oh yeah, I can fuck with Ric Flair.
And you know Flair talking that shit too. Yeah, you gotta put your hands on him. You gotta put some hands.
Flair got every bottle of champagne in the building. He got a limousine parked over all the parking spots.
All the hoes gone.
Yeah.
No women. You got no women. You might as well forget about that. If Flair and Rock in the building, you might as well just forget it.
I'm going home, man.
Even the other ones gone. You get none of that.
Like I'm going out the back door too. I'll be like, you go out first. You warm up the car. I don't even want them to. I don't even want to cross their path.
The hilarious part is these cats that see the baddest people in the world and think that they can just take them on. Like, who are you?
Right. Oh yeah.
You think you can whip on Brock Lesnar? What you thinking about, son? What's wrong?
I don't know what I think. I feel that way about people that's like, yeah, no, I could definitely score on Harrison Barnes. It's like you would dribble the ball one time, he would take it. He would take your hands off your wrist,
smashing that shit through the rim into the crowd every time, 10 times out of 10.
You would eat the basketball before you scored it. And people are like, no, I think I could get him to go for a pump fake. I'm like, This man's 6'8" with like he's solid by NBA standards, but you put him on any Y League court, he's not missing a shot. And people are like, yeah, no, I could put. No, I think I could drive past him. Okay, all right, okay. That people
everybody
like,
think they're LeBron, man.
People, it was a writer the other day was like, I think he's like, given a few pitches, I think I could definitely hit a home run. And it's like you wouldn't make contact, you wouldn't foul a ball off the ball, like your bat would not touch the ball if you face like a major league pitcher right now.
I see some of the pitches. I see some of these curveballs, screwballs, fastballs, sliders. I can't even see it when I'm looking. I can't see it in slow motion. So I'm gonna see it when it's coming at me.
And that shit coming 98 miles an hour. Nah, man.
Yeah. Sign me out, player.
Nah.
Sign me out. That's crazy, man. But we gonna I don't know how we gonna figure out the wrestling shit, dog. I'm gonna put you on some old school wrestling shit, dog.
I'm ready. Like I'm
fire ass wrestling shit, like old stories and shit like that. You see like Dark Side of the Ring? All right, I'm gonna put you on that too. Like when they talk about Benoit, they talk about all that. What went down, how he got with his wife, the kids they had, his previous kids, the 911 call.
It's like a documentary, or what is it? It's like a documentary.
Yeah, it's called Dark Side of the Ring. They had a whole series. It's probably like 10 different episodes. This series.
What's it come on?
Vice.
Nah, that's not. Yeah, nah, yeah. That's down right up my. I would watch some shit like that.
So they did. Montreal Screwjob was the Vince McMahon Bret Hart thing.
Bret Hart.
They did Owen Hart when he fell.
I remember that.
And they explained how he fell. And like the chest piece that he had on, like the little latch to it, they found out the latch could only take 7 pounds worth of pressure.
Wow.
So he had no chance at all being up there.
Were you watching that one live?
Unfortunately, yes.
I was. If you like, it can't even explain to like a kid now. I was watching it, but we didn't have a channel, so it was just fuzzy shit, and I could hear everything. And so I was listening, and I was like, oh my, like that. Just the way the announcers was talking, I was like, that is great at all.
And when he fell, he hit the turnbuckle first.
Jeez.
So he
just fell like chest first, right?
Yeah.
Shit, like
7 pounds of pressure on that latch.
And like trying to keychain trying to hold him up, man. Like that's
basically. And that's why the wife sued him. They go into that too. The wife suing WWE and everything else too. So it's a good set of stories.
Yeah, no, I gotta after I finish up this whack ass wire. The wire it's closing out all right. But shit, let me I gotta do the CP, the close personal friend initiation with you. 3 quick questions and we'll get you out of here. I didn't even mean to hold you this long.
Oh, great.
But first question: what is your greatest personal sports moment?
Jesus, it's not that many. I mean, it would be us. It would be Carolina getting to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, 15-1.
The Broncos.
It would be that. Just the whole season.
I feel 2 might be related to 1. 2. What's your biggest heartbreak? It can be sports, relation. It can be anything. Just what's your biggest heartbreak?
It's the first Super Bowl loss.
The legal
to the illegal procedures to the Patriots because we had the game won. We was dominating the Patriots.
Hold up.
I'm gonna throw my TV out the fucking thing.
No, hold on. You cut out for a second. What'd you say now?
Oh, my fault. For them to give Tom Brady 15 yards to win the Super Bowl. I thought I was like a kid then, but the TV was about to go out the window with me. I was gonna grab that motherfucker and jump out the window with the TV.
Like we both going out there. Yeah.
And then it was small stuff. Rodney Harrison spit in somebody's face. In that game, he spit in. I think he spit in somebody's face. I forgot who. It was so much with that game, but yeah, that would definitely be it.
Yeah. And okay, third one. What is your hottest take? Again, it can be sports. It don't have to be, but what's your just hottest take about any food, music, anything?
LeBron is not better all time. Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's higher on the list. He should be higher on the list than LeBron is. I'm not sure how LeBron just skipped him when he has more championships, and he beat him twice. One was a sweep, and the second one was the greatest margin of victory in finals history.
I'll say they should have got swept because the Spurs was putting it on their head that second time.
And that's all-time team he had. So it wasn't like, the first time they get the pass of the Cleveland thing.
Right.
But Miami was all-time, and they lost by the biggest margin in finals history. That's not as bad as the Dallas thing, but to me, it's close.
No, that's a good one. I've got them. I think I got LeBron 3, Duncan 4, and even people are like, you got Duncan 4, and it's like, listen, I could put him higher. Like I don't know what I guess the boring shit or whatever, but Tim Duncan was the coldest nigga. Like that, he was just automatic 50 wins. Yeah, he was just 50 wins.
He was putting up 20-20s and with 7 blocks and all type of dumb, stupid, crazy boot cut jeans type of shit, and he was getting it done consistently.
Those sandals, yeah.
Since 1999 or 98 until a couple years ago.
Also,
too. Playoffs every year.
I'll say guys like they just came in the game, like David Robinson, Shaq, Duncan. You just came in, you was like 21-10 right away.
Easily.
Like you was just, you did a couple years in college too, but you just come in and it's like, he all NBA right now. It ain't 10 better players, 10, 15 better players than him right now. So where's your Duncan in your top whatever? Who's ahead of him, I guess, to say?
It would be Jordan and Kareem.
So Duncan is 3 for you?
Yeah.
I don't hate that. It's one of those, and if he hit that layup and Ray Allen don't hit that shot and he got a smooth 6-0 with 3 over LeBron, I'd be telling you it's him and Jordan, man.
Well, he has the stats. He has the defensive accolades. We just kind of let the defensive accolades go out the window. Most of the time I do too, because we just see scoring so much.
Right.
And to be honest, it's not like I'm super technical. I don't understand the defense like that either. But it's not like I'm a fucking assistant coach here. But the accolades are accolades. We can't base stuff off potential. If LeBron did this, if whoever did that. What we have is what we have. And what we have is Kareem winning at every single level from high school up until he retired, and Tim Duncan doing the exact same thing with the fucking Spurs, and no D Wade with him. And I don't want to hear nobody talk about Tony Parker and Ginobili being in the same hemisphere as somebody like D Wade or Kyrie or AD right now. It's not even close.
Yeah, it's really not.
Not even close.
No, that's a
they're
good
all-time role players, but they're not star players. They're the best role players you're gonna get. Tony Parker and Ginobili. I don't know if that's as good as having another superstar, having the best role players. People just know their job. But what he had was what he had, and they went to the playoffs every single year without a doubt, with a tougher schedule.
Yeah, I'll say the West was a monster back then. Like, it ain't no hold now, but yeah, it was. You was playing Garnett, Duncan, Weber, Shaq, T-Mac. Yeah, like it felt like you was going through your 7th seed was trouble. So that was always my one. I was like, I wish Duncan would have went 6. If he went 6 rings, he should have had Tony Parker's Finals MVP. Kawhi,
he got 5. The 6 was the Ray Allen shot, right?
Yeah,
the 6 is the Ray Allen.
That's the only one he missed.
That's the one.
He 5, and he never had Defensive Player of the Year, but that's another one that's like that. That don't feel like his fault. Like he was clearly one of the best defenders.
And he's making all team just about every year, right?
He was making first team, so he clearly one of those he probably should have. But even then, he was still making first team. Like LeBron, LeBron only made like 5 or 6 to all defensive teams, which is kind of crazy when like you said, you look at the all-time guys. Like once Jordan started making them, he just didn't stop. Jordan, I think he made 10 straight first team defenses.
And I make I don't know if it's an excuse or not, but I make it too when they say, hey, LeBron, he's 6'8". He's supposed to be he's a better defender than Jordan. Technically supposed to be, with 6'8", being the size, the athleticism, but with the stats say something different. What we got and what the potential is, I understand that. But what the stats say, Duncan put in the work on offense and defense. blocks, rebounds, points, assists every single night. And his team never not went to the playoffs until he retired, which is last year. This is the only year they haven't been in the playoffs since he got there. And the only reason they didn't get there is because they tanked to get him.
Yeah. Well, and even then, that's why I love it, man. They had their next superstar in the bag and just blew it. I don't think they don't get enough shit for how they handled or mishandled the Kawhi situation.
Yeah.
I think they should be getting ran over the coals, man. Because what 5 rings, whatever, like all that shit is nice. What if this man told you he wasn't ready to play?
But
he said he was gonna play when as far as if I understand, he was like, I'm not ready. I'll play when I'm ready. I'm just not ready yet. And they wanted him to be ready.
Let me throw the contrarian role out here for Kawhi.
Okay.
What if his people was acting the same way they was acting to the Clippers to get Paul George? With the Raptors, and what if his people was trying to play the same, the same type of games? I don't know what happened, of course. But it don't look like those type of games play in San Antonio,
Now, I get that, but I also feel like it's like, hey, the game changing. Maybe it should, like, you know what I'm saying? Because if he leaves,
I think that's why he's stepping out. I think that's why he's stepping out.
Left, and now, like, they don't have what's their trajectory to like a super duper star now. They got some solid players, like, but some young guys, but a super duper star. Like, again, for Tim Duncan in Orlando, I know you don't normally let people wife on the plane. We don't normally have Tim Duncan in a free agency meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, the top. We both got him top 4 player all time. If him at 20, he's like, I want my wife and all her family on the plane. I'm like, okay, like, listen, okay, we'll get to, like, if we need 2 planes, you just sign like 4 years. You'll sign for, okay, yeah.
They got their own fucking plane. You Tim Duncan.
Yeah, we'll buy you. It don't matter. Bring the whole. Doc Rivers.
Yeah, with Charles Lewis back then too. They had Lewis.
That was before. See, the thing with them, which is the whack shit, Duncan would have been leaving San Antonio to go Orlando because they had T-Mac and Grant Hill.
I forgot Grant Hill was there. Oh my god.
And the thing was, if the rumor was, because again, I'm #1 Magic fan back then. If Duncan went, Jason Kidd was gonna be like the take less because he just wanted to play. He always wanted to play with Tim Duncan. Like, they was trying to trade Tony Parker for Jason Kidd. If you remember, after Parker's rookie year.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, wow. After they played Spurs Nets in the finals, and it was like, hey, Tony Parker might be playing for his job because they was like, if he don't play well, they're gonna trade him for Jason Kidd. If he plays really well, he's gonna be an asset used to get traded for Jason Kidd. And Tony, like, he held his own, and they kept Tony Parker.
I would trade that nigga with
I was like, he would have been out the door. But yeah, that was like, Kidd always wanted to play with Duncan. It never happened in San Antonio. So if Duncan went to Orlando, Kidd was gonna go to Orlando, and Doc Rivers was like, no. So that Doc Rivers pack, man, it trick y'all. It ain't trick me.
Hey man, I'm just happy to be away from fandom and to be away from all this stuff, man, and get to see everything with a clear eye and get to enjoy everything without even caring. Because watching, NFC East fans and all these different fans go at it, they look real crazy right now because everybody suck. So going at it, when who y'all trasher than us,
right?
And 1-3 and 2-4. I mean, I'm just tired of doing all that. So I'm glad I'm away from that. Thank you for your words to get me the fuck away.
Hey man,
from hardcore fandom.
I would offer them to anybody. It's legit one of the best decisions I ever made, man. Like, just don't even. I just watch the game. I'm like, okay, this look like a good game. I'm gonna watch it. There's some good players. I'm gonna watch it. I don't care who wins. I don't care if the Chiefs win by 100, lose by 100. I'm just gonna watch my home. But root for a team, the Bengals? No. I'd be on crack rock before I do that again, man.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But shit, man, I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Been too long, man. We got to do it again sooner.
Yeah, set it up. You let me know. We'll figure it out for sure.
Bet. Where where can the people find, like, the Twitch, the podcast, whatever you got going on?
You can find me at Twitter, the same name as at the bottom. If you can see the bottom, I don't know. Whoadie sign.
Yeah, that's
my Twitch will be twitch.tv/Whoadie sign. Just play a lot of RPGs, some AAA games. I mix it in. I'll be playing Call of Duty soon, and it's the same type of banner. Pretty much we do now. We just talk shit, man.
Just talking
shit, really.
That's all it is.
A whole lot of shit. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate everybody. Continue to get through the year as best as you possibly fucking can, as positive as you can.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just keep my lucky hat with me, and this motherfucker, we good.
That's
we 3 years straight. We 3 years in the hat. We're good.
Bet. Appreciate you, bro.
All right.